recording.
Yeah.
All right, so Dramos is keeping an eye on the cave entrance. Reinhold is spending some time integrating with the prisoners, learning who the leader of the group is, and just generally getting what the tone of it is. Messages have been sent to Harbinger and Corim and to Laurie. Enzo was headed back to the Helvetian fort with presumably Datura. Datura's headed back to town, right? With Father Hal.
And probably Duke.
George.
And Duke, yes. Okay. All right. Oh, yes, George. Watch out for that tree. All right, then. So, Harbinger, presuming you set off post-haste.
I do indeed.
With Rasvin in tow.
Yeah, I believe that we'll go on our horses.
Okay, Rasvin seems unusually quiet today. There's something on his mind for the next hour or so. And you meet up at the crossroads with Corim, if Corim so wishes to meet
yes.
at the well. Oh, thank you, Ethan. Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
What's in that?
Is this my ketchup ration, is it? Look at that.
Yes, I feel washing it.
Ration in my ketchup.
Let's see it, baby.
So, it's like a single sachet of ketchup I've got on this thing. All right. So, Corim, you can meet at the well, presumably, if you wish to.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Corim.
Okay, the problem.
I got a message from Reinhold, and it's basically said that. Let me actually find out exactly what he said. He said we need to go to the Helvetian camp. I just need to work out whether I wrote it down on how.
The Helvetian camp. Which one are we talking about?
They've set up a new camp in the north.
Oh, maybe that's where the temple's been getting a lot of its business from then.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure they'll be moving on soon, Corim. I'm sure they will.
Well, let us hope not. After all, it is good that the temple does well.
It is good, but Darius gets plenty of praising. But yes, effectively, the message said that the issues in the quarry to bring Corin yourself and head to the Helvetian camp.
Reinhold is there. He's more than able. Why would my services be required?
Well, I mean, that concerns me. If they ask for both of us, then the threat there is evidently bad.
So, aside from Reinhold, who else is at the quarry?
I know Dramus set off, and I have a feeling that Gartok went with them as well. I didn't see Gartok around, but I'm not aware of the others.
A more than capable party, I would normally assume. Certainly for visiting the quarry.
Oh, hang on. I found exactly what he said.
Don't you have a vested interest in the quarry, Harbinger? I believe it's one of your enterprises.
It is my quarry, yes. Although it does provide most of the stone for the town. That might be why profits haven't been so great recently. Because I do a lot of volunteering and, help the city wherever I can. Yes, Reinhold said to bring you or Ungaro eye protection or something to remove stone-based curses.
Stone-based curses.
Or stone curses, I believe is what it says. We need someone to bring someone back from stone.
Someone has been petrified.
It's happened before. I believe, yes, Harbinger, the second one. He got petrified. I'm not sure. Was it in the
It was in the Zafik's lair, because I also got petrified at the same time.
How did we bring you back?
That is a good question. I do remember coming back, obviously, but I cannot recall who it was.
It was Burn.
Say again, sorry.
He sent Rasvin to go and get Burn.
Ah,
And Rasvin traded her a favour.
Oh yeah, because the Peak's lair is not far from him.
yes, I suspect we were quite heavy to carry.
Yes, that was it, wasn't it? Well, I believe that Reinhold wanted us to make haste.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure where this Helvetian camp is, but I know that there was an outpost up by where the Temple of Resurrection used to be, and yeah, there was a messenger in town saying that the Helvetians are basically forming a palisade north of the path.
Okay. Well, it appears they ran into a few small issues. Maybe we should make haste and see what we can do to help.
So as the three of you make your way along Marlock's way, you see that an area ahead of you that where the road normally passes by the east side of the woods at the moment is heavily wooded. It seems that the North Woods have grown somewhat virulently out to the east, covering the road. The path still is there, it just extends through the woods now.
That's,
What do you think we should do?
Just
Ride
to-
round or go through, Corin?
well, I would be most comfortable going through.
Through it is then.
Being a wood elf.
Just inside the entrance to the woods, you see a hulking figure. Wide-shouldered. Laurie is pushing his way through the bushes.
Hey.
Laurie!
No!
Laurie! What are you doing?
Call him!
A few hours ago, I could have
Yes,
sworn I saw you.
I had an emergency call from Reinhold and I had to rush out. I couldn't find you, so I left immediately.
And so what are you doing here then? If you haven't taken this long to get this far, surely?
Well, I'm on foot.
Yes, I forgot you're a little slower than myself.
I don't want the first person to say that to me. If you were not the head of my order, I would beat you.
Do not worry, I will not hold it against you, but let's just leave it till later. So, what did the message from Reinhold say?
Come quickly. Danger, praise Darius, or something on those lines. I got the sense that Darius needed worshipping in the way that only I can.
Yes, maybe he does indeed. Well, anyway, as you're here, we may as well travel together.
Yes, Certainly wouldn't want any of us to go back.
No. Rastvin and the Harbinger here have had a similar message, and they contacted me. So,
Harbinger, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, Laurie. How are you?
I'm good, and Rastvin.
Been
he's
praising Darren?
deep in
adequately?
concentration, is Rastvin.
I feel my muscles have not stretched properly. I'm looking forward to some good resistance exercises. I'm hoping to meet plenty of resistance.
Well, we're looking to follow the road up towards this new Helvetian camp in the north.
But we should move. Nightfall will not be far away. Or should we delay, because nightfall will not be far away. Who knows what might come at us during the night?
Press on. Let's press on. Torrin, the forest didn't used to extend this far out, did it?
No, it did not. It seems to have grown in a naturally rapid rate. It seems to have spread for sure. It may be worth investigating. I've not seen the like of it before.
Yeah, let's move through, and then we'll meet in the north. Yeah.
You've not moved more than a couple of 100 feet into the forest before you hear the rapid sounds of hatchets hitting wood. You come to an area by the road where it seems that a team of, you must think, 40 to 50 Helvetians are working on taking these trees down that are on the road. They've actually seemed to have dedicated their work to the road itself and haven't cleared all the way to either side of it, but I've taken down all the trees that cover the road, and for about 20 feet on either side there are just stumps everywhere and vines littered left and right. You also see there's a pile of burning bodies not far away from the main part of the road with smoke curling off them.
So what's going on?
Hello there. Is your captain? Who's the leader of your party?
He's eating. We're eating. We're eating.
Captain Thomas is over there.
Which one is he?
And he points to one of the Helvetians who is still armoured up. The bulk of the Helvetians seem to have stripped down and are wearing just tunics to do the heavy work of taking these trees down.
Right. Make my way over to the guy who looks like the captain.
So Thomas looks up from his tablet and smiles broadly at you as you approach. Ah! Quarry, Temple of Darius, I believe, yes?
Yes, you believe correct. Did I not see you there the other day?
I have not had time to worship in the way that many of the men have. Although I do intend to visit. Apparently it will be something when it is finished.
Yes, indeed it will. I'm doing what I can to bring the magnificence of Darius to this forlorn land.
Well, I can't tell you how much the men and I appreciate the work you're doing. Restoring Darius' name to this land in the way you are in such an elevated position. It's good work, and we appreciate it.
Well, I thank you. Now, do you know anything about this? I've noticed you're clearing the forest away from the road. It was not as grown as this when I last travelled, which was not too long ago.
Indeed, Corim, indeed. May I call you Corim, or would you prefer is it High Priest? Or
Of course. No, just Quarry will be fine.
yes, Corim. Foul magics, I fear. Something has spirited this woodland to grow unnaturally, and fill it with beasts to the boot. Another party came through here earlier in the day. Oh, yesterday, in fact, and slay a few of them. Quintus, over at the main camp, has instructed us to clear the path. We encountered a party of goblins here, but somewhat unnatural. It seems that vines from the forest had grown into their mouths, and eye sockets had taken control of the goblins, making them stronger than any goblin I've encountered.
Oh, indeed.
Need not worry, though. Darius was with us, as you can see by the pile of burning corpses over there.
It is good. It is good indeed. Well, we are aiming to head north up to the quarry. It would seem a group, possibly the group you saw yesterday, have gotten themselves into a little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are a more than capable band, I'm heading up that way to see if I may be of any help.
Well, I'm sure with you on hand, they'll do well.
Well, let us hope so.
Well,
Right, well,
if you need to stop at the Helvetian camp, I'm sure you will have their full hospitality.
yes, I'm sure I will. A hospitable bunch.
Well, wine is plentiful. Safe road to you, Corim, and to your
Thank
party.
you.
Praise Darius.
Praise Darius.
Darius.
Praise Darius.
Praise Darius.
And we'll carry on heading north.
Okay.
Yeah, along the path.
So, at the Helvetian Fort, Enzo, what is your plan?
I am going to relax, drink some wine, talk to some of the guards there, tell stories, just socialise.
The Helvetians seem friendly enough, somewhat friendlier than Helvetians you may have encountered in the past. Normally all business. These ones are enjoying the frontier life, and they're finding it exciting at the prospect of building their wall and looking out over it at whatever wilds may be there. And the wine is plentiful.
Only Helvetians can see wildlife and go, I'll build a wall so I can admire it. Cool.
We've it's nice to have you here, Enzo.
Thank you.
We have but the one woman.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean, just the campers afforded us a budget for an entertainer.
Oh, yes.
There's been a request from a few of the men to get ourselves a male entertainer as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I could entertain with stories,
Well,
but that's as far as my entertainment goes.
well, that's nice to start with and everything, but after a few glasses of unwatered wine, I find most of these lads are looking for a different kind of entertainment.
They will have to look elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Well, I was really asking out of hospitality if it's something that it's fully budgeted within the fort. So, if it's something you wanted, we could see if she's available.
Oh, I see. I thought you were propositioning me to do
God,
the entertaining. No. I was going to say. I was
No,
kind of flattered, actually.
not at all.
Not so much anymore.
I think I mean no offence, Enzo, but you're quite a slight lad, and I wouldn't like to see you get split in two by any of these big
Me
aggressive
too.
warriors.
It would be quite intimidating. That poor woman. Oh. No, I'm quite content with just wine, talking, and just relaxing.
More for the rest of us then, eh?
I wouldn't want to wear her out.
So you essentially settle in for the night by the sound of it.
Ooh, actually, I'm quite curious. How often do you Helvetians get a chance to go back to Missas, the town?
Well, this is a new proposition, you see. There was a smaller fort here built, and he nods his head to the left. See that mountain slope there? Mm-hmm. There was a cave entrance there. Temple of Resurrection, they called it. A few of the lads went inside, but it was deemed by the powers above that we should guard it. We built a fort around it. There was some sort of earth tremor, which collapsed it and the fort. We lost a few men there, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, regardless, whatever that place is, it's sealed in now beneath a ton of rocks.
Probably best.
Probably.
From my experience, nothing good comes from underground.
This, however, is a new venture to build this wall. We've been here merely a couple of weeks.
So why are you building the wall here in particular?
Well, our mandate. I'm just rank and file. It's what I understand is that we're to secure the peninsula to the south, so it may be safely farmed, and the township of Misthas may spread beyond those city walls.
Are you looking to perhaps make Misthas part of the Helvetian Empire?
No. No, not at all.
Not yet, at least.
I don't really understand politics, Enzo.
No, of course not. You and me, they tell us to do something and we do it, eh?
The Helvetian is a shield that protects the rest of the world from unfortunate monsters.
Oh, it's very noble of you.
Thank you.
So do you not really? I mean, after you've done this and everything, and other Helvetians, do they ever go into town? You see, I'm hoping to maybe open up a business in Misthas. A number of businesses, but one in particular. I was just wondering how often they have a chance to go and enjoy the delicacies of what it has to offer.
You mean like a restaurant?
Among other things, a restaurant, pleasurable company, maybe even a fighting pit in the basement.
Well, so a restaurant with a fighting pit in the basement
and pleasurable company upstairs.
All right, you mean like Our Lady here?
All
right. Well, I believe that we're all put in the world for various reasons, depending on whether you believe in destiny or not. But regardless of that, we've got needs, you see, Enzo.
Of course.
We've got the need to eat, the need to sleep. In our case, the need to fight. And there's other things as well that we need. And our lifestyle doesn't allow a lot of time for romancing.
I suppose so.
In the brief amount of time we get on leave, a week is not enough time to talk a lady or young gentleman into a ongoing relationship.
Sometimes that is what is so perfect of the place that I'm hoping to make. You don't have to go and do it. You just go there, pay a certain price, and...
Exactly, Enzo, my sunshine. That's exactly what we need. Put all of that romancing budget just into one night.
Interesting. You know what I'll do? Once I get the business up and running, I will send a message to you, to the men around here, and we'll do a special offer for the Helvetians. No, in a way to thank you for all the hard work you are doing out into the wild.
Or like a free intro night.
Well, it won't be free entry, but it'll be like 50% off or something like that. I'll have to go through the details.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you need to make it appealing, of course, because
of course,
a lot of the lads particularly the ones who saved up their money, love Zorvas. Zorva offers them really... Madame Zorva.
Oh, right.
The brothel down the docks. She's got some really exotic stuff on offer.
Exotic, eh? I might have to up my game. Interesting.
Well, it's not my sort of thing, but apparently she's got women who dress up as stuff.
Well, any woman can dress up as stuff.
I didn't know that was on the menu, Enzo.
Well, it's early business. It's early days. I'm still working at the whole thing.
Well, I mean, let me just pitch an idea to you. What if in your place you get a bunch of rooms and you have them all dark with only a little bit of lighting, and then you get your woman or man to wear like a bull's head or something and wander around in the dark.
Okay.
And then your paying customer gets to walk through the darkened labyrinth trying to, slay the Minotaur.
They're not actually going to slay it, are they?
No, I'm talking about rutting.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is more specific to what you want.
Oh, no, it's from someone. I had one of the lads talking about it.
It's okay.
I thought when I heard it, it's a very specific.
It is very specific. Well, I hope to cater to as many people as you can. So when you were to go to the business, you would tell us in advance what you want, and then we set it up for you. So, for example, if your friend, of course, wanted something like that, we could set that up for them.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's very specific. He's a weird lad. That Rimus.
Everyone has their own things. I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to provide a service.
We all laughed at him when he told us as well. Oh, I think my shift is about to start, so I'll have to. But I've got to get on the wall anyway.
Yeah, that's okay. Just don't forget to tell your friend that it is something that we will provide.
If I see Remus, I'll let him know that Minotaur is on the menu. Anyway, good evening.
Have a good sheep. Make a note. Get a Minotaur head.
This is when you throw 50 gold at Dramos for a polymorph spell and get a real Minotaur.
Hey, that's it, right?
It's like, Dramos, can a Minotaur with really big tits?
Need to cater to all clientele within reason.
Okay, so Harbinger, Rasvin, Corium, and Laurie. As you reach the pass between the mountains at the north, you can see it has drastically changed. A fort has been built at the left-hand side, and an extensive wall is currently under construction, spanning across the entire valley, hoping to seal off the pass between the mountains to the south.
They've certainly been busy up here, haven't they?
Impressive.
In many places, it appears to be just the upright poles yet that they've sunk into the ground. They don't seem to have got as far as putting all of the parts in, but the outer wall of the fort itself seems to be intact.
They're going to be important in the days to come because with the threat of Morfell in the north, we can't necessarily deal with that alone. I think he'll come south eventually.
Yes, I completely agree. This is not a bad thing, that is for sure.
Yeah. We'll head towards the gates of the camp.
Okay. The Helvetians see you approach and readily open their gates to let you in. You are greeted by name by several of the Helvetians who recognise the figures of Harbinger, Corium, Rasvin, and Laurie is well known to many of them, it seems, with several of them wanting to shake his hand and slap him on the back, presumably from his arena exploits. What is clearly a commanding officer comes from the back of the place. It's all neatly ordered rows of tents with a large wooden structure with fabric built in between on the back left-hand side and some larger tents at the back right-hand side. Clear parade ground down the middle. But a soldier of clear rank comes to greet you, having been already in the parade ground. Night is well on the way at this stage.
Oh.
Eve, to you, what brings you so far north?
We are traveling to meet our friends. We were informed that they are here.
And your friends are?
The likes of Dramos, Gartok, Reinhold.
Indeed. Yes, they undertook a small mission for me, headed off to the Quarry, to the east there. We have had some of their party come back. One resting in one of the tents at the back there, while some others have already headed back south towards Mist Hass.
Would you mind if we seek out the individual who's staying?
Sure. Straight through. Brown tent on the right-hand side there.
I'll dismount from Maltebo and I will head over.
So heading through
I'll follow behind.
Heading through the camp,
Alongside.
Laurie stays with some of the Helvetian soldiers and starts telling them a story about how he wrestled this huge man to the ground. And the story loses its focus as you move further away from them, and the voices just mingle together to be nighttime sounds. There are torches spread evenly down this walkway, smoke spiraling up into the night, and the light from the torches illuminating these tents that would presumably be a dirty white colour to now be just flickering orange. You follow this pathway of torches up to the brown tent at the rear and hear laughing voices coming from within. You draw back the flap to see Enzo inside. He's sitting there with several other Helvetian soldiers laughing at a story he's telling.
And then, with this great beast they call a gorilla, huge beast, but then the smallest, tiny... Oh, hello! I didn't realize you were coming.
Oh, it is you.
Oh, hello, Corim. Aren't you pleased to see me?
Oh God.
I actually cut to the chase. And
Yeah, how does it end? How does it end?
Oh, well, I'll tell you later. I've got
Ah.
friends here. Always leave the audience wanting.
Apologies for interrupting. We are on urgent business. If you wouldn't mind leaving us alone with our friends for a moment, that would be greatly appreciated.
All right, come on, lads, let's go play toss.
Is there a biscuit involved?
I was about to say.
The soldiers get up and go outside, leaving you with Enzo. The fabric of the tent offers no audio insulation, and you can hear them loudly laughing amongst themselves just the other side of the fabric. Some game ensues.
Would anyone like some wine? We've got wine skins around. I think there's one around here somewhere.
No, thank you, Enzo. We're
Sure.
urgent business. Reinhold says we're needed in Quarry.
Oh, yes, indeed. I should think so. I mean, I wouldn't say so urgent unless they're stupid enough to go inside the quarry. Which they might be, in all fairness. But no, they wanted to go in. I didn't.
What's the issue?
Oh, so, well, we went to investigate the quarry with Ramos. He was worried that they weren't producing as much as they should. And then, the quarry master, I do not know his name, whatever his name was, whoever was put in charge of the quarry. Well, when we got there, he had been turned to stone. You know, like petrified, like a full statue. And naturally, this had worried everyone there.
Oh, quite serious.
And so Reinhold wanted to go in and sort out this problem. Well, for me, not having someone who could, if I was petrified, I would want someone to actually, unpetrify me. So I refused to go in. and advise them caution, and perhaps to get Colin or someone who can do that to go to the quarry. And I am assuming that is why you are here.
And you left them up there.
They wanted to stay. I was with Father Howell and a few others, and they wanted to come back, and I did not want to sleep in a dirty quarry. I wanted at least a bit more luxury. I thought this would be a better place.
So, this Harbinger, who was it you had managing the quarry? What was this man's name?
That would be Gary Walton. Gary Walton, maybe?
Is that the name? I can't remember. It's been over 2 weeks. A week.
And he is turned to stone, you say?
Indeed, or at least that is what the current person who is trying to hold it all together is. The workers are not very happy, I shall say that. The ones that are being paid are scared for their lives, and the prisoners, well, they're scared for their lives and getting a little angry.
Do they know?
Sorry.
Can you shed any light on how he was turned to stone? Does anyone know that?
No, I don't believe they said. I think they just found him like that.
I think we should ride out immediately.
Well, this is night.
Yes.
It will hold until morning. Get comfortable. Wait a little while and then ride out at dawn.
You ventured to Angland with us, and so you know that Drama can't be trusted not to go in.
And then he will be petrified, won't he?
Petrified individuals can get destroyed in their stone form.
Oh, I know. That's why I didn't go in.
Well, surely we should ride now to ensure that nothing happens in the night.
We are comfy here. They don't have any. I mean, if you insist, but I think we could wait until dawn. You have been riding for a long time.
I will. What do you think, Corin? Continue now or rest?
I would choose to carry on. But I do not need as much rest as you do. But I feel rested enough, shall we say. Enzo, it is entirely up to you if you wish to come with us, but I feel we would be remiss in our duties if we were to leave Reinhold and Dramos and Gartok with what may potentially be a deadly situation.
Yes.
Only if they're stupid enough to go in.
Are you sure there's no threat outside?
What did I saw? The outside of the quarry was being worked. It was just deeper within, wasn't? I will go with you if you want to go now. It's just, why not sleep in comfort instead of the dirt?
Well,
we leave.
You cannot put you cannot answer that. It is not even a question, is it? It is just.
No, I definitely can answer that. The life of my friends is worth more than some dirt.
Well, you really think they're going to be hurt?
Yeah. That's what happens every day. Literally every day we get. Gartok gets killed twice a week at the moment.
Well, I can believe that. Yes. It does seem to attract wounds like there's no tomorrow.
We shall be leaving imminently. It's up to you, Enzo, whether you come with us.
Oh, I'll come with you. I'm not going back on my own. And now that you are here, Gorin, that you can help with petrification, right?
Let us just say I can help one person at this particular moment.
One.
Right.
Unfortunately, I was pulled away from the tower, and
So if you were to rest,
The spell, no, it is nothing to do with the rest. It is more to do with the components required.
oh, I see.
We should maybe take something as an eye protection. That's what Ronald said. Maybe I should have thought about that before we left town.
Like
I
what?
can't see anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine.
That is assuming that whatever petrified Gary is indeed a site-based.
Yeah, so I'm only assuming it's the same as that thing that we saw in the lair. But it could very well be something else.
Well, it could.
In which case, I would be keen to get near my friends as soon as possible. We all know how uplifting my presence is. Yeah.
Yes, just standing close to you makes me feel dirtier. I think it
Dirtier?
is. I think it is your. I don't know what it is.
I think he said sturdy. Sturdy.
Dirtier. What is?
I heard dirtier.
Kind of dirty.
Well, so did I, but I translated.
Okay, I was like,
Dirtier. Sorry, it is my accent.
dirtier.
Anyone ever said that? In reality, just standing close to you makes me feel dirtier.
It could be like delivered in two very different ways, you know.
It definitely can, possibly more.
All right. Are there any apples in the tent? Because there was food.
Probably.
There are no apples. There are grapes, some plums, oranges. There's these long yellow bent fruit you've never seen before.
Tried eating one. They're a bit weird. It's a bit. The skin is really tough and soft on the inside. It's weird.
And there's a bowl of nuts.
I was just looking for something for our tea though, but we'll be fine, no doubt.
So the intent is to set off tonight?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
All right. So as not to stall the rest of the party any longer, you set off with the reluctant Enzo in tow. Heading out from the tent, you see the men that were formerly entertained by Enzo's story playing a game where they have a length of rope twisted into a ring, which they're tossing up onto a hook on a high pole. There are 4 hooks, and they're trying to get to these different ones to get points. Obviously, there is some element of drinking in it for the loser, as one of the men has fallen down and is face down in the mud, and the rest of them are laughing at him. You head back through the camp and just catch Laurie's voice come back into focus. And then I broke both his arms! He sees you and parts the crowd of Helvetians. You notice one of the Helvetians has a bloody nose. Right! Are we ready to go? I'm not trained to be a bard.
You are surprisingly good at it. But we are moving. Yes. We're going to continue through the night.
Excellent! Onwards to Darius!
Very much so. Are you fed? Have you got everything you need, Laurie?
He looks down, bare-chested. He's got his trousers on. He's got a big leather belt, a pouch at it. His fists are wrapped in levers and metal as gauntleted fists. He's wearing some robes which are open at the front, revealing his bare chest. He has no pack on him. You presume that the pouch he's got is relatively small. I have everything I need.
Excellent. Let's move.
Okay.
I'll as we make towards the gate, I will look out for the man who was in charge.
Quintus is around, and he nods to you as you go to leave.
Thank you for your hospitality.
At the very least that the Helvetians can do for the heroes of Mist House.
Quintus, just one quick question. Do you Are there any priests amongst your number here?
Indeed, we have a priest resident in the camp.
Harbinger, just hold on one moment. I would wish to have a quick word with him.
I'll have him summoned. Send a man to retrieve Cassius. And a soldier runs off.
Did I detect a hint of not sarcasm, what's the word, almost bitterness in that hero there?
I think, Harriet, that's just you presuming everything I say is sarcastic.
No, bitterness would be more
Make
accurate.
a insight check.
I'm just I realised I hadn't loaded up roll 20, but I'm on it. I'm working on it. I've got like 5 notes tabs open. Like all the notes, Harbinger's notes, Hal's notes, the People's Company notes, Miss Taft's calendar notes, but not the actual.
You just got to rely on your memory. Put the notes away and let it happen freely, man.
No, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm not even
imagine?
sure
I
you
wouldn't know
could.
anything. I sometimes, I was saying to Dad, when we're watching Critical Role, sometimes I feel like I should be taking notes when he says something, because I'm so used to hearing something and then writing that I'm like, oh no, it's not me. It's a game that I do not need to know about.
I think there's a pattern, isn't there, when your DM says something, you just know this is important.
Yeah, it's a full name, an entire name. You know.
Or like Matt was describing some fancy floor, and I went to write it down, and I was at work. I was like, what was this? 16.
You take his tone to be relatively neutral.
Okay. Right. Well, I will wait with Corin.
Ooh. Right, well, Colin goes, so, Harbinger, I have this story I wish to tell you about gorillas. So anyway, now I tell the story.
Really?
Okay, so the priest Cassius is drawn to Corin, and I am faced with the challenge of remembering what voice I did for him last time.
Well, don't find it too challenging. We don't remember. Well, I don't, because I don't think I was there.
He was Kazaro, wasn't he? Sounded a bit Kazaro.
Do you think he was? Do you? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll watch the tape back and remind myself.
I think he said he came from Kazaro.
Zara does ring a bell.
Cassius.
Yes.
Out of character. Is he a Darius worshipper?
You spy no Darius symbols upon him.
Do I spy any symbols upon him?
Make a perception check.
Oh, the heresy hammer's going to be coming out.
Heresy!
Let me teach you a lesson in Darius.
Let us hope it ain't fate. Otherwise, I'll get in this.
He never arrives at the quarry. Got him fight.
30-20.
You catch just on his neck. He's got it tucked in, but as he moves, you catch a sight of a black and white circular symbol split down the middle. One half of his amulet black and the other white.
Really?
Sardonyx.
Okay. Cassius,
Yes, Corin.
I have a small boon to ask of you. Do you perchance have any ground diamond spare amongst your consumables?
I do, as it happens. Why?
Would you be prepared to sell some of it to me? I feel that the situation I may be entering into will require some.
Well, part of me wishes to give this to you for free as a symbol of our appreciation for what you do for the town, and another part of me needs money for the church. So I'll tell you what I'll do, Corim. Pick one.
I would offer to pay the full quantity that you ask, but I understand that it's part of your faith that you do enjoy such games. So I shall choose the one in your left hand.
In my left hand. This one here.
That is correct, yes.
Well, my right hand is empty. So I will give you 100 gold of diamond dust. That is what I have on hand.
That is much appreciated. Thank you. Do not worry. I will make a suitable donation to the Church of Sardonyx the next time I am in town.
I think your choices are likely to be good ones. You made a choice here and now, and it was the right one. Just keep making choices like that.
Well, that is my intention, although, as you well know, it is not within my power. I will do what I can.
Okay.
Again, I thank you. I'm sure this will be invaluable.
Maybe it was chance, and maybe it was down to fate. We won't ever know. The only important thing is you made the right decision.
Yes. Thank you. I'll take the diamond dust off him.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that before Hal would have head back to town, George, and all the people, we had the Helvetian body, which we would have handed over to the Helvetians for proper burial.
Yes, of course. Okay, so Quintus would have taken him and moved his tent into private, when they will do their ceremonies later once they've worked out which of the soldiers he was and all that sort of stuff. But with your business done, your party can make out to the quarry. And a couple of not even 2 hours later, having travelled across the open plain between the open cliff face and down into the quarry itself, you can see that there are lights on around it, but the majority of the workers have settled down for the night now. Dramos, outside keeping an eye on the cave, you will see the small party enter the quarry, consisting of Harbinger, Rasvin, Corim, and Laurie.
We'll wave and carry on looking into the cabin.
Right.
You're alive, which is good. Thank you, Corim.
It is good you have come.
Dramos, I expected to find you restrained somewhere, but it is good to see you alive and well.
It is good to see you too, Quarry.
What appears to be the issue as to why we were summoned?
There are a number of things happening inside this cavern. There are tracks which lead everywhere. There are grey dwarves which remind me of those which we see in the Underdark. There is something down there which they are worshipping. They have captured some of the Helvetian scouts which were sent this way. We sent one body back, and that's where we gleaned the information from. There is also a worm of some form, I believe it to be a purple worm, who is eating or bashing its way through the stone.
Another one of those. Good job you called for us, because those things are unpleasant.
I recall Reinhold has to the quarry people. We have sent some home, some left without being paid anymore, shall we say. They're unwilling to work, so I told them to leave.
Will they be offered their jobs back if well, there is a significant threat?
There is no immediate danger to them. The worm has not been seen for a short while, and no one has ventured into the cavern. They were unwilling to do the work, so I was unwilling to continue to employ them. We have had 2 volunteers help. I believe Reinhold has paid one some good coin to go find a way off this island, and one of the others is still on site.
What is the news I heard about this this man, Gary, who'd been petrified? Do you have any news on him?
Well, if you follow me, I will show you the statue. And I'll lead you to the manager's office.
So where was he found? Was it here in his office, or was his?
No, he was found in the cavern and brought back here.
Who's been managing the quarry in his absence?
It is a gentleman called Ruard. He does not seem. He does not come across as being too good with word. He's not liked by the men and women.
And should maybe well, hopefully there won't be any issue because we can reinstate
Gary.
Gary soon, but maybe we should look at a switcher of the hierarchy here.
I believe so.
Have any other people been petrified that you know of?
This is the only one.
No. Where is brother Reinhold gone?
Reinhold is with the men in the lodgings. I'll point to a large building.
No. Okay. He is safe and well then.
He is, as is Gartok.
Good. So, have you formulated a plan at all, or do you think it may be worth trying to bring Gary here back to the land of the breathing, and maybe see if he has some answers for us?
How long would that take?
Not long. Not long at all. 1 second, and I shall tell you.
The one concern I have is...
It's seconds, mere seconds.
The one concern I have is the body we sent back believed the other Helvetian scouts were being held prisoner.
The Helvetian scout prisoner? Who by?
The dwarves. He saw at least 8 grey dwarves inside the cavern.
Did he indeed?
What held prisoner for what purpose?
The information we got from the body, we could only ask a few questions, as you know. They entered the cavern. They were on a hunt for a creature that turns people into stone.
What, the dwarves were on the hunt for the creature that turns
No,
people?
the dwarves The Grey Dwarves were worshipping a snake. The snake was alive. It has the rest of the party. The snake and the dwarves were deeper. There's multiple levels to this cavern. At least one level down.
Right.
I
Well,
sent a note back to Quintas at the Helvetian camp just to inform him of what we were doing.
well, he looked like quite a busy man when we met with him. I think we should move in as soon as we possibly can. If there are prisoners, then we should move. I do not like leaving people in need, and in the past also lives lost equals more power for the enemy. They'll be sacrificing them or doing something like that.
Well,
So-
you're not wrong.
We just need to make a decision on whether you use your resources for him to
That is. Well, I would
this
suggest.
man.
Well, I would suggest that we help Gary at the very least. He may be able to shed a little light on what happened to him.
Yes.
Just bear with me. Bear with me a moment. Right. Okay. Cast Greater Restoration on Gary.
Okay. There is
There
a
you
moment as your diamond dust merges with the stone statue in the corner of the Quarrymaster's hut. And for a second you think nothing has happened, but you feel the power of Darius flow through you. Your muscles flex as strength flows through you, and that strength flows into this statue. It glows with radiance for a moment, pulsing stone, a pulse of white light, stone, a pulse of white light, and then a smoother texture to the stone, pinkish flesh. The jaw moves, another pulse of radiant light. And Gary stands there, stumbling, falling to the floor, hitting his knee hard and going down, one hand slapping on the wooden floor.
Yeah, come and sit down, man. You've just experienced quite an ordeal.
He looks around, startled, his wits coming back to him. What happened?
Just,
Help him sit down.
Just
Yeah.
sit down and here. Well, is there a jug of water or something like that? Wine, preferably. Yeah.
Road gets a jug from a cabinet and pours a goblet of water for Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, what is the last you remember?
A moment. Oh, I was telling Railwood there was nothing to fear from the caves, and I headed down to a lower level. The walls there were much more worked, and I'd stopped to look at some huge mural. There was something with a... Well, I didn't get the full details of it. Something with a large man and a gemstone, and but it was several panels. And just as I was taking it in, I saw movement out of the corner of my eye. Something low to the ground, lots of legs, and that's the last thing I remember.
I see. Nothing else. Nothing else that. Did you see any dwarves whilst you were down there?
I I did not.
Any grey dwarfs? No. Okay.
No dwarves down there.
Could you describe exactly where you were in the quarry? Armin, Dramos, do you have a fairly intimate knowledge of the quarry? Or
How
shall we
much
shall we ask
knowledge
him?
do we have of the quarry?
You know the quarry, but the caves themselves, not at all.
Okay. No.
I can tell you.
Would you mind drawing us a map?
I can try. And he sketches on a piece of paper a few tunnels. Down here, there were cart tracks, long disused. There was a cave over here to the left that was filled with mushrooms, some taller than me. I went on beyond that, and there was a room with a huge turntable on, designed to turn the carts on. And a little bit further than that, and I saw the mural. I'd actually turned round, having decided there was nothing to see, when it was off to my right when I was heading back, where there was some water, that I saw the movement, and before everything went black.
Let's see. Well, I don't know what creature you may have seen. Something that was low down and appeared to have many legs. Ramos, do you know of such a beast?
Not something I recall. I know there are a few things out there which can turn people into stone, but thankfully to this day I have not come across one.
Yeah.
Well, the room I saw all the paintings in was a large square room with a raised platform and some statues. But at that point it was looking worked, and I thought, well, this is usable, and I was going to head back up and write a report on it. But it was the mid-level where it happened.
The mid-level, there is another level?
Well, I went into the caves there, and I went down. That's where I saw all the tracks and the turntable. The tracks led me to a corridor which dropped down again. That's where I saw the mural. The mural was there was a raised platform with some statues in the centre room. The mural was all round it, and it seemed to focus on this statue stood in some water at the far end of the room. But I don't know why I didn't go any further than that. I just thought this was enough. No sign of any worm or anything like that.
When was the last that you remember seeing the worm?
I never saw the worm. It's only from people that we had sleep in there that we have information that there was a worm.
Were there blood marks on some of the areas where you were keeping the pets?
Yes, so there was something there. However, the prisoners are not adverse to fighting with each other.
I understand. Just one last question from me, Gary.
Yes.
How lifelike were the statues?
I think back to it, they were very believable. The two main statues seemed to be some sort of horned creatures, people. some horned people, each wielding an axe, like yourself, but more brutish.
Hmm.
The figure stood in the water was larger, had very believable arms outstretched, similar to the ones in the murals. I thought it might have been. It looked more like the sort of thing you'd see in a temple. Darren has said he's not going to make it, by the way.
Oh no!
Okay. Not too worrying. Thank you, Gary. That is very useful.
The larger statue you said, with their arms outstretched, did that have horns as well?
No. Smooth skin and a smooth shaved head, I would say, if anything.
When you say it was large, would you describe it as the size of a Goliath or larger?
I mean, 8 or 9 foot tall. It didn't look like a Goliath, though. More lean.
Hmm. Do not recognise what race that creature may have been. Hmm.
Thank you, Gary. I suggest you take some rest and recover. Ruard has stood in for you to the best of his ability.
He looks over at Ruard. And Ruard sort of nods his head with a half smile. That's right, I did my best, like.
Morale of the men in the quarry is low.
Okay. I need a little bit of time. I can get it back in order.
There is no rush. Take your time to recoup and recover. You're doing a good job here, Gary.
Thank you.
We should investigate the caverns and see what's going on. And hopefully that will invigorate some of the paid workers and make the unpaid ones a bit more inclined to do some of their work.
Yes.
You will find that some have gone. But that was on my word.
You're calling the shots. Not I.
I will say a good word for Dreader. He was willing to come with us and venture down into the caverns. And Uraheth, one of your paid men, has left to find passage back to the mainland. He again ventured down with us, and I saw that. Well, I saw that it was more than worthy for leaving his post.
Will we get a replacement for him?
We will send replacements as soon as we get back. Well, as soon as we can arrange some more workers, yes.
I'm sorry, I can't I can't wrap my head around this now. Everything is murky. My head.
I will make sure Ruard writes us all down and can bring you up to speed.
You see his,
join your men.
his eyes dropping even as he's talking to you.
Go join your men. Get some rest. They will be happy to see you.
He gets back to his feet. The reward helps him out, leaving you alone.
Ah, Enzo. It's good to see you again.
Enzo gives you the silent treatment.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I was a mile away. Sorry, what was that?
No, don't worry, mate.
He greeted you and you blanked him.
Enzo, good to see you back. And Enzo is,
Don't want to be here.
Doesn't want to be here.
So, Dramos, you want to investigate these caverns further?
We have a couple of choices. We've only explored some of the top layer. We know the way down to the second layer, which is where we found the body.
When you say body, do you mean Gary here, or are we talking
One of the
about...
Helvetians.
Oh,
one
I
which we sent
see.
back.
I see. Well, I would suggest that we start off in the lower levels. This is where the issue appears to be. I would be wary, though. I do not know about you, but I have been petrified before. It is no laughing matter. For serious issues.
I think our priority should be finding those Helvetians, and then we can work from there.
Yes.
You're gonna have to excuse me a second. Dog needs
Let's just,
needs a break.
Let's just go and retrieve Gartok and Reinhold.
Yeah.
It seems Raspin has gone into some kind of trance, and I cannot rouse him, however hard I try.
He'll be out here, I guess. Concentrating.
Yes.
When you guys head outside, you'll find me kind of pacing in front of the cave. Not aggressively, just pacing up and down, and I look like I'm mumbling to myself. But not in common if you try and listen in. It's in giant.
Gartok! It's good to see you again. It's been a number of days.
Ah, big man, it warms my heart to see someone of such massive girth.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to see you all again.
Your muscles look bigger than ever, Gartok.
Thank you, Laurie. It's always welcoming to have such praise from yourself.
I wish I could get my own to such prodigious size. And he picks up a rock from the floor and starts curling it.
Squat curling. It's always leg day.
One day, Laurie. One day.
Right. Should we get to business?
Yes, let's organise ourselves.
So,
I've not fully been paying attention. What exactly am I here to praise?
we
Well-
have been informed there are Helvetians inside that have been captured. We're there to rescue them.
Now, it appears they've been captured by a group of grey dwarves. Now, I've heard of such creatures, and they are hardy fighters. I think they could do with praising Darius.
We should beat them to death.
Yes. And that is why you are here, Laurie.
Let's rescue these Helvetians. They are fine warriors, but they will be more impressed with us and the power of Darius if we rescue them from these dwarves and beat the dwarves to death in front of them.
I'm sure that they, as along with Darius, were truly impressed.
I love the simplicity of him. He's so amazing.
I love him so much.
I wanted
Have
to
to
say,
treat everyone we meet.
yeah, I wanted to say that, but then I thought that's actually probably what's going to happen. We probably will try and beat them to death in front of them.
Well, Laurie would.
Or I'll
Yeah.
chop them to death.
I'd imagine I would have heard Laurie out of
yes.
everyone and kind of, you know.
His voice carries. It's warm tonight and I've got my window open, so I'm having to restrain myself.
I'll try and coax what is it, Drader?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to go a little deeper in the mine? That's not a euphemism, you know, where we were before.
Go a little deeper in mine.
I mean, do you want to go kill something in the mine where we were yesterday? Do you want to try and earn a bit more freedom?
I'd like to try and earn all my freedom. Not a bit of it.
Well, you've already earned a chunk in 10 gold. That's put you in good standing, I'm sure. But I can't guarantee. I can give you my word. And we have some of the most capable fighters in all of Mistas there. And if they can put in a good word in for you too, you should be most of the way out of it. Can't promise you anything. But you can stay here. It's entirely up to you.
Suppose no one ever can make a promise. Fuck it, I'll go.
Good. Good. Just be wary of Laurie. Don't try and start anything with him. He will kill us all if he could.
He looks over at Laurie. Do you wrestle? Wrestle. Yes, you know. Wrestle! Laurie's flexing his fists. Well, I can. Excellent!
I'm not going to arm him until we enter the cave, but I think we might have to sleep before then.
Laurie starts making his way over to Drader. Right, you take the first swing!
Oh no!
No,
It's
no, Laurie.
not necessary at the moment, Laurie.
Not now.
Oh.
You can have a go after.
There are people who need our help.
Well, how do we know if he's any good?
We will test him inside the quarry.
Oh, all right.
He is one of the, just so everyone's on the same page, this is Drader. He is one of the correctional workers here. He is helping us at his own free will to potentially put in a good word to reduce his sentence. He has proven himself useful already, but just so everyone's on the same page. And I'll introduce everyone to Drader, so he at least knows all our names.
Right. Yeah, okay. I've got nothing to say. I just, if there's a chance of getting out of here, I want it.
Today is about your actions. That is all what we care about. But we'll try and treat you as equally as we can. We're all in the same boat here.
All right.
Are we going in this evening, or are we waiting till dawn?
I would like to go in now, if possible.
I wouldn't mind it, Kip. Not gonna lie, I've sent a lot of messages today. As is, if you feel that the urge is now, we can make a go. Just as you know, I'll be running half-hearted.
I am.
I'm sure that with Gartok and Harbinger in front, it will not be a problem.
Well, I've always got the rod. Giggling. Of resurrection.
I've always got a rod. Won't go down.
I do have a question. How do we know how deep this quarry goes?
I
There
don't
are at least
Ask,
three
ask
doors
Reinhold. He's got the rod.
cavern.
Here we go then.
Well,
And maybe-
I just wonder if we are going to be in the quarry for more than a day.
What time is it now, Jamie? It's got to be like 12 in the
Night,
morning.
isn't it?
Oh, it's like the middle of the night right now.
Yeah, we're going to be hitting exhaustion like before we even start.
Because I was going to say, because when we headed to the quarry, we went really early in the morning before it was light.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, so we wouldn't have been there that late.
So they went, the other group went in the morning, got stopped in the forest, went to the Helvetian camp, rested overnight.
Yeah, and then set up before light to the quarry.
That's right. And you got there and you spent some time talking to people and investigated the caves themselves. And after all of that, sent messages. So that wouldn't have been in the morning by the time that they sent messages to you. So unless you didn't go until the next morning.
No, we would have gone that same day.
Yeah.
It's going to be late at night.
Yeah, no, that was just
Yeah.
wondering how late.
If you want to put a specific time on it, I'm going to say it's like 10:30 at night.
Okay. We can rest if you want, but
What's going to happen if we don't rest? What's going to happen in the morning? You said it yourself. Everyone you care about is here. You can see them. Fine.
It's also quite clear that Enzo had quite a bit to drink while he was in the Helvetian camp.
those Helvetians.
It has
Those
already
Helvetians.
been.
Sorry.
It has already been over a day.
Oh, I'm already assuming the Helvetians are dead.
Well, Harbinger, I have removed curse if you do wish to sleep.
I've actually got a new armor, Corin. Fancy
did.
new armor.
Oh,
I know. I was there when you retrieved it.
Me too.
I like to point out the fancy things to Corin rather than Reinhold. I'll turn around. Have you seen my fancy new armor? No, I meant Reinhold. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna make little fireworks come from it as she shows it off.
Yeah.
I'm so used to all the spikes and skulls, and it's dark.
I am my first real. Oh, we've got to get that loot moment.
So this armor she's wearing now is very shiny. It's like John Borman Excalibur plate, the 80s movie where all of the armor is stainless steel, super glistening, polished to a high sheen.
Right. I suggest we have a good sleep, have a quick breakfast, and then get in there nice and deep light in the morning.
Oh, not the first time I've heard that.
We sleep, we keep watch, we leave at the first light.
All right.
I mean, I think, in fairness, the rest of the group have gone all day. So, you can push on, but exhaustion is beckoning.
I need to find out how deep the quarry goes, because I need to figure out if we're going to be down there longer than 24 hours.
The way this thing goes, it's usually the case.
Good ask Gary.
The top level is not too big. The second level, we didn't get too much of a description.
I'll go ask Gary to see if he knows how deep the thing goes. I'll be back.
Gary
Try
may
to make
already be
these
asleep.
as comfortable as possible. Ugh. I'm gonna go find Gary and ask him that.
All right, you head over to the quarrymaster's hut, open the door and head in. Gary Waltham is there in his bunk, one arm hanging off the bunk, touching the floor.
Oh, well, he's a
Passed
little
out.
okay. What about the other dude that was there?
Ruard.
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 Ruard is over at the desk.
Ruard.
He's looked up at you.
Ruard, a quick question.
Yes.
How do you know how deep the quarry goes?
Oh, I haven't been down there really myself.
No, but I mean, surely they have told you.
Well, when he was talking about there being like 3 levels. I'm not sure how
3 level.
how intense a slope it is down. Are you talking about actual distance or?
Well, just like how many caverns and how deep it goes. I need to figure out how long it would take for us to find. If we're going to be down there a long time, you understand?
All right. Well, I have been in the top level, and I know that's got. I mean, they're only small, but what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish caverns in it.
But those are worked caverns. The one below are not so worked, right?
Well, I was listening when Gary was talking about it. He said there was a room with mushrooms and a room with a turntable in. He didn't really say a huge amount more. And then he said a bit below that there was a big room with a painting or something in it. But he said he didn't go further, even though there were more doors.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
I could wake
You
him
were
up.
most helpful.
We could wake him up.
No, let him sleep. Let him sleep. He won't be able to tell me anymore. The man's just been turned from stone. That must take it out of him. Right, well, thank you so much for that. Try to get some sleep yourself.
Yeah, I will. I'm just trying to make sure everything's in order. Because obviously I'm handing over again tomorrow. And, I mean, he likes to find things I've done wrong. So, just making sure everything's in the right columns.
I am sure everything is going to be in the right column.
No, I'm not. So that's why I'm...
Have faith in yourself. You do a much better job than people give you credit for.
Do you think so?
I do.
Oh,
I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration.
okay.
Aww. A pity bardic inspiration.
To make sure, so he can roll an extra d8 to ensure that he has done everything right.
I think
I
think you're right. I'm just going to have one more look over this.
All
Make
right,
sure I get right, and I'm going to bed. But
that's a good
Sorry, a
idea.
D8?
Yeah.
Have you improved?
I'm level 5. Pretty sure it's a d8. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it is.
Smells like a
D8.
D8. Yeah.
D8 for me.
Ah, I didn't realise it went up as you did.
so it tells me that Reinhold knew it went up that easily. All the smut coming out of his mouth.
Well, there's more
well.
coming out.
You do that. You get a good night's sleep.
You're right. I think it's. I think I'm just so convinced I'm going to screw up that I make myself screw up. No, thank you. I'm just going to double down and get this right.
You do so. And I will leave and head back to the others to see what kind of place they set up to actually make it comfy to sleep. You've done nothing. I mean, literally nothing. Do you...
Have you not slept outdoors before?
Of course I have slept outdoors before. It is just not as good as sleeping indoors in a bed.
You're
Is it?
more than welcome to have one of the beds in the lodgings.
Ugh, I think that's worse than sleeping outdoors. Ugh. No, fine. I will sleep outdoors under the night sky. Fine.
Be good, Enzo. I'm sorry we're not going out to offer more.
Well, if you took my advice, we'd still be in that Helvetian camp sipping wine, luxury beds. Well, not luxury beds, but it'd be better than these. People do not listen to me. I'm gonna put my feet up, put my hat over my eyes, and fall asleep.
All right.
I'm glad you've come back to us, Enzo.
Okay.
You'll smirk and fall asleep.
I'm gonna get Gremlin to kind of sit upon the prisoner lodgings and just keep an eye out. I would have sent Drader to go back to the prisoner lodgings and meet us in the morning, or I can go and summon him.
Okay, no problem.
He is unarmed. I wouldn't have given him any weapons at this point anyway, but I will fetch him in the morning. And Gremlin will notify me if anyone escapes and starts heading towards us.
Okay. So, with Gremlin on watch, as it were, is everybody settling down to get a night's sleep?
Yeah, get a little fire going.
Yes.
A low fire. And then start organising some sort of watches,
So you organise yourself around this fire you built in the corner of the quarry. You can hear the voices of other quarry workers around. There's a soft snoring coming from underneath Enzo's hat. The disturbing sight of Gremlin has disappeared into the distance, skittering away. The flames illuminate the floor, the stone floor of the quarry, and the wall behind where you've decided to build it up against. The flames light up Gartok's face in particular and cast the shadow of his broad back upon the wall, looming above him, forming an possibly enormous shadow hanging over his form. And as some of you sit there and you look at Gartok, his head slightly bowed, looking in the flames, you see this gigantic shadowy reflection of him hovering over him, like just hunched over a second Gartok made entirely of darkness, staring down at him. Your own shadows cast up in different directions, but all seeming massively diminutive compared to this colossal visage behind your Goliath friend. Do you wish to have any watches, or will you just sleep?
Yes,
Yeah.
watches, please.
Yeah. I will. I'm not probably best watching. I've got Gary, who's got 60 foot of dark vision.
Gary.
Not
No,
Gary, but Gremlin.
No one wants
30
me
foot.
to be on watch alone.
No one wants Gary back either.
Everybody
I
wants
will,
Gary back.
I will take watch with you, Harbinger.
That sounds like a good idea for our safety.
I guess me and Reinhold could take first watch. So it's been a long day, so if we watch first, we can sleep.
But I can take the middle watch. Do not require too much.
I'll stick the lightning mace in the ground in front of us, almost like a bug zapper, just as it's illuminating 40 foot of light.
While you're on watch, be aware of any slight tremors in the ground.
Tremors.
Hmm.
Worm. Yes,
Yes.
the worm.
Alright, so I think that was Garthok and Reinhold on first watch, Corin on second watch, and then myself and Dramath on the final watch.
Okay. So, most of you settle down to sleep, leaving Gartok and Reinhold the only ones awake. Some of your companions sleep softly on their sides, others have their own gentle snores to match that of Enzo's. Enzo occasionally murmurs in his sleep, perhaps trying to tell some sort of story. The stars are evident above you. They seem clearer out here than they are when you're back in town. Each one of those pinpricks of light, much, much brighter. One of them moves rapidly across the sky, forming a line behind it before it winks out and disappears.
Sorry, can I just ask? I presume each watch will be 4 hours, yes?
It's 2 hours usually, isn't it?
2 hours. So how long are we resting for?
You need an 8 for a full rest, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
It is
you do have to
8
do.
hours with at least 6 hours of not doing anything. Preferably
Yeah,
sleep. You need to
okay.
eat and drink in the 8-hour period as well.
I thought it was you did have to do 4-hour watches to make it work, but not if you only have to do 6 hours of sleeping.
So you have to do 6 hours of sleeping.
You only have to do 4 hours of sleeping,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Right. It's all right. The reason I'm asking is because I may not sleep through one of the other watches. You see.
Yeah. Yeah. What? I thought it was 4 hours each, but
No, the way that a long rest works is it's an 8-hour period where you do low level activity for up to 2 of those hours. And you've got to eat and drink. That's what's considered a long rest.
I'm going to take a pebble, cast light on it, and sort of throw it in the direction of the entrance, just like a intermediary point. Just so I can... every now and then, I'll just throw a random light on a rock, just in some distances.
Right.
During the first watch, I'll confide in Reinhold a little bit about the conversation I had with Benedicta, knowing what he knows about her as well, and how she seems concerned, and she tried to get a sense of what was in my mind, and then she ran away, and that left me unsettled.
I know you trust her. I don't trust her as far as I can throw this rock. But she has... I think she's got more at stake here. She's not just an advisor. Her world is leaking into ours. Look at those mushrooms. And they may be Underdark, but where is there another place? Is the Shadowfell or Feywild, wherever she's from, leaking elsewhere?
I feel it's certainly starting to make its presence known.
Anyone who hides anything, actively hides anything. Look at Laurie. Laurie is revered and loved around town. He is more than worthy of being in Darius's praise. Everyone knows him. He never doesn't hide anything. None of us here hide anything. Not even Dramos. And Dramos is demonic in his very nature. But we don't hold that against him. Why does she hide? That is the question. What is she hiding? She has a past, I'm guessing. More than her appearance. She is recognized. But I'm conspiracy theorying a little bit, Gartok. Forgive me.
It's alright. I just... Once all this is over, especially those here, I want to speak with her and make plans for the woods.
Yes, there's a war coming. It's sooner than we think. Each army setting up their side, the Helvetians versus whatever's in that forest. And Benedicta's going to have to pick a side, I think, if she has any knowledge of what's in there. But I'm going to do my best not to say anything. I might upset the apple cart. But
I always trust your counsel, whether I agree with what you say or not. I value it regardless.
thank you, Gata. It's I know you might be the meat shield of the group, but there's much more to you than swinging an axe. Could be you're much more different than a lot of the rest, a lot of your kind. You're, much wiser. And I value your friendship. Reinhold begins to blush, but you probably can't see it.
You're a good friend, Reinhold. You're a good friend.
The moment is spoiled slightly by one of the miners plonking himself down the other side of the fire. Hello! Sorry, don't mind if I just warm my hands by your fire, do you? Oh, brisk tonight.
Oh, not at all. Here, have some meat.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Very kind.
It's the only meat I'm giving to someone tonight.
What kind of Oh, you never know your luck. What kind of meat is this exactly?
Oh, this is dried beef. I think it was called. It was either he was calling me a jerk or it's called jerky. I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
I seem to offend more people than I realise these days. But
I'll give it a go. Oh, it's firm, isn't it? Oh, look, I don't want to be rude and forward and everything, but people have been talking about you bunch and what you're doing. And,
oh yeah.
And I just think it's I just thought I should tell you that everybody's rooting for you guys. I know not. It seems like nobody ever says it, but there are people rooting for you.
Are you looking to redeem yourself, or are you?
There's no redeeming myself. I've been so far and seen so much, I'd have to walk all the way back in order to redeem everything. And that's too far to go, and I haven't got that long. Your eyes cast upon him properly now, and you can see that he's probably pushing 50. His hair is thinning, whitish. He has a small paunch, not too much, but his face is quite slender, and his clothes were once yellowish and probably bright, but now tattered and worn.
Do I recognise him as one of the prisoners or one of the workers when I was speaking to the prisoners?
Make an intelligence check.
Perception, did you say?
Intelligence, just intelligence.
Oh, intelligence, sorry. That's a saving throw. Oh, Lord. Where am I? Investigation. Oh, just screw it. Intelligence. Bang. Natural 20?
You think you saw him earlier in the day, although you didn't speak to him. And you think he was with the regulars, not the prisoners.
Okay. All right. I'll be a little bit more relaxed on my guard then. No. Yeah. It's thank you. It's going to be an interesting time. There's a lot of unknowns, but it's not the first time we've actually. To be honest, this is the most preparation we've ever done. I think.
Really? You guys. I mean, it seems like you've got it all together, and you know exactly what you're doing.
You've obviously never ran a business, haven't you?
Well,
the trick to
I've ran a few businesses into the ground.
I see that the trick about running a business is to pretend like you know what you're doing, and people follow around you.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
I might know spells, I know my craft, but I haven't got a clue what's in there.
Oh.
Well, we do know it's going to be dangerous, at the very least.
Yes.
You're welcome to warm yourself by the fire, but do not linger too long.
I'm going to make sure I'm not being distracted, actually. I'm going to look around. Just kind of stand up and stretch and not make it obvious, but have a good look around.
Make a perception check, Reinhold.
Just in case I'm being buggered with 8. That's 2. Plus 6. 8.
You look around the camp. Everything seems to be still out there. Just this light from the fire illuminating your 3 faces while everybody else sleeps around you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, as I said, I know not everybody says it, but everybody's behind you all the way. you know, and we hope that whatever adversaries you're going to face, you know, we hope you can do it.
Thank you.
If
I'll reach out and shake his hand firmly.
all right, he extends his hand. You can feel it's thin and bony and somewhat cold. Oh, firm grip there.
Thank you for your kind words.
Oh, yeah, as I say, it's the least I can do. I don't like to stay in any place too long, and I just find this on my journey, as it were. So I might hang around to see how you guys do, and then be on my way.
There is a chance of a giant worm breaching here. We're talking many foot in length. Let's just say it swallowed Gartok here.
Really?
A similar type, yes. So if you feel any trembling or massive rock breaks, I suggest you run in the other direction.
I'll do that. If I can offer a word of wisdom of stuff that I've seen in my travels, I think it's all about experience. You know, one day you may not be able to deal with something, and then, you know, it all goes wrong for you, and a bit further down the road, same challenge doesn't seem to be anything at all. A bit more experience under your belt, and you can handle anything. And maybe that's it with you. You know, you're just on a winding road which is leading you to some conclusion. I don't want to say an inevitable conclusion because there are no certainties. But, you know, I think all of us are on a road to somewhere. And everything that's happening to you now is just getting you ready for something maybe you're not ready to handle just yet.
Okay. What? Can you tell me, what do you know about the cave structure? Have you got anything, hidden passages or stuff that the boss doesn't really know about? Or?
I haven't been down there, I'm afraid, no.
Oh, you don't work that section of the mine, do you?
No, I'm more on, well, my arms aren't much for lifting stone, but, you know, I can move a cart around and operate a mule okay. You know, we're not got over to the mining side of it. It's more of an oddity that this cave is here at all.
Okay.
Anyway, that jerky is something to talk about. My hands are warm. I think I'm going to get on the road. That's, you know, metaphorically speaking. Get myself back to sleep. It was nice to speak to you.
And you? Yes.
Yes.
Hope you find your way. You have a interesting philosophy for sure.
Oh, there's only one road. You know, it's just our job to travel along it, I think. You know, we're born and we die. And I'm getting closer to the end, I know that much.
I'll just whisper to Gartok undead.
Yes.
Good evening to you.
And you.
He stands up and steps into the darkness.
Is he heading away from the cave entrance?
He heads away from the cave entrance. He steps into the darkness, and you pretty much lose him in the dark.
I'm gonna get Gremlin to follow him. Just send a command, just to keep quite a distance back. Just follow him, see where he goes.
So Gary follows him in the dark. Can you make a perception check for Gary, please?
Oh, Gary. Gremlin. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's my fault. It's just a wisdom check, isn't it? It's a 9.
So Gremlin scutters after him for a distance, and then going left and right. Gremlin also loses him.
Okay. Tell him to go back to his original position.
Okay. Your watch. Sorry, carry on.
I say as we're sat there, I'm not the best at listening with things, but I kind of just have one hand outstretched on the ground and just trying to feel, for any kind of tremors. That's how I'm trying to focus on what's going on. I'm trying to feel the earth essentially, and
Okay. It's difficult for you here, Gartok. You place your hands on the ground and it's stone. It's natural, but it doesn't have that same feel as being able to dig your fingers into the soil or feel the grass between your fingers.
I try all the same, regardless.
So your watch passes without further incident.
Right.
Second watch, Corim.
Yes.
Give Corum a nudge. And go. It's your turn, Chief. I think I've had it for today.
You're undressed. I'll keep a sharp eye out.
Praise Darius.
You sit there in the quiet, look at the fire, look at the stars. It's all still in the quarry. No movement at all. Your watch passes without incident.
Okay. That's the case. I'll go and wake up the last members of the last watch.
Okay. So, Dramos and Harbinger, you're woken. You're the ones who get to see the dawn come. The stars fade, the sky turns paler. The darkness of the quarry turns to grey shapes as light creeps upon. And your watch passes without incident.
Good. I will don my armor as soon as I can.
During the watch, I'd let Harbinger know about the visit from Lord Master Burrow.
Oh, I guess. I did hear rumours in town, and messengers going around saying that they were building the wall. Honestly, my opinion on the matter is that a garrison there is an excellent idea with a threat from Morcel, but as always, I'm suspicious of Helvetian intentions, especially Lord Master Burrows. Helvetia has infiltrated most of the rest of the world. They have a nasty habit of just taking over places.
Protecting.
But we need the protection.
Any help is better than no help.
Well, that's not always true.
Must be time to wake the others. It was a nice sunrise.
Yes. Let's wake the others.
Right. You wake the party. I just saw the beholder that Dave posted. It's just wrong. Just wrong.
I don't know what that is around its mouth, I tell you.
I don't know what you typed in to find that.
It's a group I'm on, actually. It's a D&D group. And someone just posted that, said, proudly proclaiming how happy they were with their latest painted miniature.
To be fair, that middle eye is pretty good.
And the frothing around the mouth?
I'm not looking at any of the rest of the mini. I'm just looking at that eye. That eye is pretty good.
That's where Ross is. I'm just focusing on the wall, blotting everything else out.
To be honest, I'm not sure I even looked at the eye.
It's a beholder.
Wait, there's an eye?
Okay.
Don't look in the eyes.
So the morning's here. Morning is here. Morning comes. You are all woken from your slumber. Daylight is here. The morning's here.
I'm gonna go and
Have a
grab.
long rest.
I'm gonna quickly go and grab Drader.
He gets up. Comes out to.
Right.
I'm ready.
Good man. Right. Sword or mace?
Mace.
Mace. I'll hand him a plain mace.
All right.
Should be back in a second.
Okay.
So he's doing something.
Okay. So
Right.
you assemble Drader there.
Yeah,
Laurie
Go
looks
ahead.
like he's chomping at the bit.
yeah,
Going in.
yeah. Oh, put all our armor on, get ready, have our
Yeah.
breakfast, and head in.
Okay.
Just imagine Harbinger doing hair in the morning.
I just
Right.
have to
Two
do my
rocks.
hair.
Using produce flame on each rock and then...
Oh
Always
god.
forget. I always forget that Harbinger is more than just armor. There is actually a body underneath that.
I think of it just as armor. I've
Just
actually,
a head
in
and
fact,
armor.
the miniature has like a really suspicious looking shadow on her chin, like she's got a beard. Yeah, it's just like armor and a beard.
I'm going to clean myself up with prestidigitation. And get all
Of
the
course you will.
dirt off.
Harbinger will put on her deodorant as she does every morning now.
You have deodorant.
I do. Keeps the flies away after a nasty fly-based incident.
Oh dear. You'll have to tell me about that sometime.
Don't want it to make its way into one of your stories.
Was that was in the Underdark, wasn't it? On that
Yeah.
ship. Yeah, I remember
yeah.
Oh,
that.
now you have to
you-
tell me that story.
Your face swelled up like a balloon.
Look, what I could do is make it. I could retell the story, but have liberties with it.
You
know
can
what
tell
I
the
mean.
story and admit my name. Then maybe
Okay.
I'll tell you.
I will tell a story of a woman in exquisite armor.
No. This was a very demonic armor at the time.
Okay,
This
I will
was
say
very
a woman
angry.
that was terribly cursed by the armor that protected her. How is that?
Have you, Enzo, have you ever realised that potion bottles on the bottom have a instruction label?
No, why?
Neither had we, apparently. Apparently, potion bottles come with quite strict instructions about when and when not to use them.
Really?
As we
I
found
think I
out.
have a potion bottle. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm gonna turn it upside down and look.
Hold the cork, I made that mistake.
I've got a potion of healing. Just gonna look at the bottom.
Yes, there's a small label on there that cautions the imbiber not to mix with other potions within 30 minutes of drinking this potion.
Oh,
Don't be necking, climbing, and healing.
that I did not know. That is good to know. I wonder what happens if you mix the two.
There's a table, I believe.
There is.
Really? Oh my god.
Yes.
At the table.
I feel like death features very heavily on that table.
Are you willing to risk the small chance that you will end up permanently with the abilities of the potion in return for all the consequences that could happen?
No, not me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, but not me. Not unless you can up those chances and lower the chances of the bad things. You know, like it's almost a certainty.
Not a sardonic worshipper then.
No. Well, it depends on the time. I don't worship one god, I worship them all. In my own way.
Not the
Whatever.
seventh.
Whatever
we should
god
call,
is better for me in this current situation, you understand?
I understand that the gods must be enthralled to have your patronage based on that
Oh,
description.
I speak and people listen. They would love to have me.
Shall we head in then?
Yes, I think so.
I think Rasvin's not joining us, so I am prepped for as much utility, but I cannot match his skill.
Rasvin is over to the side of the quarry.
Watching stone be stone.
He's Mark from the gamers.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit.
Uh,
I'm not a wizard. I can help a little, but I am really not a wizard.
Laurie,
Yes!
I know you like to stare everything down before you fight it, but I suggest that's probably the most unwise thing to do in this circumstance. There is things that turn people into stone in there.
Mm.
You need to trust in your inner Darius and feel the tremors and the movement in the sand and fight blind as much as you can.
You
Or
want
we
me to
don't-
close my eyes?
At some point, there's going to be an enemy in there that turns stuff into stone. I think if you look at it, you will be stone, and you can't praise Darius when you're stone.
Although in all fairness, you will make a good statue.
You would make the best statue.
I would, wouldn't I? All right. Let's suppose I get turned to stone.
Mm-hmm. Where would you like to be placed?
That's not the right answer. we have Corim. He can change people back, but if you have anything reflective, I suggest you look through it. Like a buckler or a sword edge, pummel, anything shiny.
I think whatever it is, I will just hit it and it'll go down in one blow.
Well, I don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, if I get turned to a statue, I would like to be mounted. Not like that. Mounted in the Tower of Darius. Or dropped on an enemy from a great height.
That would be the most Laurie thing to do.
I would like to bludgeon my enemies even if I am turned to stone.
Okay. Right. Let's start praising some Darius.
Yes! Laurie starts making his way towards the cave entrance.
Sorry. Time to use your quiet voice.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Has one?
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
We do not know what we are facing. We do not know if they know if we're coming. You can see in the dark.
I cannot.
We'll need light.
I can do that.
I suggest we try and mute the light as much as we can and direct it. Rather than shine out in the darkness.
Okay. I'll take one of the empty vials, pop a stone in there with light on, and kind of wrap a bit of cloth around it, just so it's a bit more directional. Well, not directional, but focused in one area.
I make it into a
I could use my
makeshift
lantern.
full lantern.
I could use my lantern of revealing.
Oh, you have a lantern?
Oh.
Okay.
I got it from England. The least I could have got from that bloody trip. I tell you that now.
Are you
That would be useful, thank you, Anson.
comfortable walking near the front? I'm sure Guardhawk and Harbinger will be at the most front, but
No. I really would not want to go at the front.
you might have to give someone else the lantern.
I have no problem giving someone else the lantern. If someone else would want to hold it, you have to hold it, you see.
I'm rear guard.
Unless, of course, someone, has no problem with me holding it in the middle. It might cast a little shadow, but, gives us 30-foot radius of bright light, and I can dim it.
Yeah.
Should want.
Well, let's try it.
Do you want me holding it or someone else?
It's entirely up to you. If you want, well, let's try you holding it. It is your
Okay.
lantern, and we'll see how well it works.
All right.
We don't know till we try.
I will be in the middle,
to-
so we have
Yes.
around us.
Let us enter. Wow, Laurie's changed a lot since we last saw him.
Well, he got his face all healed, didn't he?
Yeah,
When he came back?
Oh, is that what Laurie looks like?
You know, Laurie looks way better than I thought he
He
did.
looks amazing.
Right? You should have seen him before.
I envision
Like-
Laurie as this like lumpy, bashed up, like his nose has been broken about 50 times, every bone in his body's been broken about 50 times.
He's
Just
been
like a-
healed by Daenerys.
David Beckham. Are you kidding me?
What's that?
Now he looks like David Beckham. With a funkier haircut, you know?
I have cast Mage Armor on myself. Just wish people to know that. My whole 15 AC.
It's more than what I got.
I am going to cast Death Ward on Dramos. So remember, you've got Death Ward. Just in case. I've watched you die too many times now.
There's a whole conversation about Harriet's hair going on here in the chat.
I just thought that maybe she would have just like done it all up, like they used to do in Georgian times, where it's like up like that and huge.
In a second, yeah. I mean, I should do it before I strain it because I got volume issues. You know, I've got
I also have volume issues.
I could lend you some if you'd like. You look like Father Halby.
Just
We'll,
like
we'll have to
stick
see
it on.
the match on the colour and see how much dye I need.
Yeah.
Imagine the comb over.
Oh yeah.
You could have a substantial comb over if you needed it.
Okay.
Yes, in we go.
All right.
We're just going to start heading towards where we last found that body.
Yeah, I'd be
Follow
directing
that
along the
route.
way.
Would be a good place to start.
Laurie pacing.
Laurie,
Run up.
Alright,
Let's
this
be able
way.
to see
Let's
really
stick with
well.
Harbinger. I'm gonna stick with Harbinger.
Gartok, why don't you lead the way for us?
Of course.
Just so everyone is aware, I am currently got the spell Silence. So if we do need to be quiet in a very specific area, just let me know.
Yeah.
Takes 10 minutes to cast, though.
All right.
Right. Let me just Harbinger, Enzo. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
Right, I'll cast Aid.
Laurie and Drago should come back. I'll gesture at Laurie. Come back.
No, you come here.
No, come back.
We training him. It's a good boy.
Come here, boy. Come on. Come on.
Drop it. Drop the man.
You
Okay. Basically, I'll cast that on Harbinger and Enzo.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh,
Oh,
isn't
no,
that the
not
like I get 20 extra HP?
20
So friggin' good.
That's really good. Really good.
So good that is. Disgusting.
That's what, a third of your HP?
Yeah, that's a good chunk of.
Oh yeah. Easy.
I'll,
More than that, my HP was 38.
Wow.
He gave me 20, so over
50%.
over 50%. Yeah.
56%. Yeah.
The journey that Enzo has been through is the stuff of legend. Right?
It's just one ass kicking from another. Somehow
What we're
he's
gonna
still
do
here.
is we'll do a short film and call it Enzo's Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, that one they did recently with the being carried. You turn up to play the game for the first time and everybody's much higher level than you.
Yeah, it's
Spot
so
on.
much fun.
Was essentially what happened.
Yeah.
Was essentially what happened.
Right. So, as you make your way through the caves, all this is rough cut cave. There are cart tracks on the ground, and they're old. The rails are badly rusted. The wood rotten away. Signs of damp on the floor. This has been here for a very long time.
Carry on the way we came last time, so just round to the right.
I'll say to Laurie when he was back, Dad. I will say that you can only fight things if you're awake to do it, and that happens if we stay together. You don't want something to just infiltrate your mind again, do you?
Think of it this way, Laurie. Wait until Harbinger says attack, and then attack.
I like to trust my instincts on these things. Generally, if it's someone I've not seen before, you need to measure their worth by fighting them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your opponents will fight you in a way that you can't face. They will fight you in your mind. Stay with us.
Like
and
I
then
do.
you
Yes.
will be able to punch them if you can.
But what if I break their fingers? And they have to do their magic with their hands.
I don't know. I don't know. But that's getting dangerously close to a territory of other magic. Well, other people who misuse magic users.
What?
Oh my god. I'm
Well,
gonna whisper to
stay
Harbinger and go, I could do a little thing to make sure he stays by my side. It might piss him off if he finds out I've done it, though.
He doesn't. He does not like it when things affect
Shake
his
the head. Go.
He'll beat you up.
I don't know him that well, so I just thought I'd ask you first. Oh.
I'll whisper. He will eat you if you do that.
Bloody hell, they've all gone!
He will.
Can I
Actually
be
eat you.
can I be looking around for tracks, especially the small, wide foot tracks which we saw?
Yes, make a survival check, please. Is it Photo Friday tomorrow, Harriet?
No. Things are just crazy.
No tracks that you didn't see before, Dramos.
Keep pushing on, and if everyone's happy to
Where
do
did you
so.
find the body?
Yeah, I'm looking out for Helvetian corpses every now and then, just breaking out me mace to get a bit of extra light.
Okay.
I believe the body was in the passageway directly north of us, wasn't it?
Alright.
Let's head up that way then.
Before we head down, can I have a listen, see if there's any noise coming from down there?
You make a perception check.
Yep, that's standard. 8.
There is a cool breeze coming from down that passageway, but no sound.
Oh, I cannot hear anything from down there, but that is where we were told the creature which turns things into stone lives.
Oh, good.
I'm going to send Gremlin a little forward. And going to be skittering kind of on the roof because it's got an ability where it can just climb anywhere without being impeded.
Okay.
So spider climb. So just going to kind of be above head height and general eye level and go forward, and 100 feet as far as it can go, and I'm going to be looking through his eyes.
Okay. So this corridor slopes down at quite an angle. Obviously not a problem. And it goes on for another 70 feet.
Okay.
Before it opens out into another cave room. There are 3 corridors leading off this cave room. More tracks are here. And Gremlin can see there's a room off that seems to have some large mushrooms in it.
Okay. Through his eyes, can I see anything moving? Anything of obvious import?
We'll take a perception check.
Okay. Not good. 14!
Better than mine.
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
It looks safe ahead. I haven't checked the floor, though, on the way down. But there is a room that splits into 3 sections, but nothing moving that I can see, or Gremlin can see. But he is only a little spider today.
Oh.
I'll say to Gremlin, push forward another 30 feet and get on the ceiling if you can. I suppose we start making our way down.
How deep does it slope down? That you say that the pathway it slopes down, doesn't it? Is it
does.
steep or is it?
It's quite steep. It's about a 30-degree drop.
That's quite steep.
Yeah.
Is the ground loose? Is anyone good at checking for traps?
There
We
are.
haven't got to terror.
It's a solid stone floor. Nothing in the way of loose rubble around at all. If anything, for a cave, this seems to be swept completely clean.
It's maintained.
Floor has some
clean.
damp on it from where
Yeah.
water has flowed from the top level and run down here. Only a small amount, but there's clear signs of damp.
Hang on, we've got a dude that bloody works here, Drader. Have you been in here before? Is this where you work, or you work on the outside?
I work on the outside.
Okay.
We all work on the outside.
So this is all new to you,
Yeah.
apart from the other time. All right. Just checking. Yeah. All right.
I will proceed very carefully down the slope.
The
Oh. Oh, blimey.
Is there pillars? Okay, no, we're right. There's 2 pillars. We're fucked.
There are a number of pillars
Oh, we're ruined.
spaced along the corridors and in this chamber.
Right.
Kartok, can you see any signs of tracks, any footprints?
Take a look. I'll cast my eyes downwards, looking for boot prints, animal prints. We know there might be dwarves, so we're looking for kind of dwarven prints, I guess.
Survival check.
Angry footprints. Short man syndrome footprints. Just kicking everywhere.
14.
You do see signs of booted prints, short and wide, typical of those you would connect with a dwarf.
Which are they heading towards the tracks? Are they or?
They are heading off in every direction.
Good direction.
Good.
Busy junction.
Good.
Sorry,
Yes,
are these
that's-
pillars or are they crates?
They're pillars.
Okay, good stuff.
I
Dramos.
certainly
Make a perception check.
dwarfed it.
I was just gonna say, what's down there?
Yeah. What's about to rot? We going to Indiana Jones it?
That's only 13.
Big boulder.
The room off to the middlemost corridor opens out into a large room filled with mushrooms. You can't see what, but close to the ground, there's something moving in there.
I will. Oh man, others can't see in the dark. You can see in the dark. Oh, I can see in the dark. I know.
Gremlin can.
I
I've
will.
got dark vision, but only through the use of that item.
Do you want me to
I will.
send Litlin?
Gently touch Karim on his shoulder. And just points. How far away would I think that movement is?
About 80 foot away.
Okay. I'm not sure how far you can see in the dark, Karim, but
It's not 80. I think it's 60,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm just trying to find it.
standard is 60 foot.
Yeah, I think it's 60.
I'm not sure how far you can see in the dark, Karim, but there is movement in cave with mushrooms. I'll say it just loud enough for Reinhardt and then so to hear as well.
Okay. I'm going to send Gremlin up the wall onto the ceiling and going into that area, which we perceive to be the movement.
All right.
I'm looking through the eyes.
The gremlin climbs up onto the ceiling and skitters over the roof of this chamber. There is a moth in my room.
I just saw it. Panic. Sheer panic.
As he skitters along the ceiling, I would like him to make a perception check. These mushroom caps spread across the room, concealing parts of the floor.
That's a 2.
Oh.
Gremlin can't see whatever Dramos is talking about.
I got nothing. I don't know what you see.
I'll pick up a stone off the floor, and I'll cast light on it. Then,
Roll initiative.
I'm gonna rock around to about there, and I'm gonna throw it into the room.
You throw the stone into the room. The bit of corridor is lit up for a second, and the light travels along the corridor and spans out into the room, illuminating the area it goes through. What's the radius of the light?
Light,
It'd be
cleric, 20 foot.
Oh, it's 20.
20
Oh,
foot
that-
right, 20 foot dim.
Okay.
Touch 20. Hang on. 20 foot radius, and dim light for an additional 20 foot.
It
So,
skims
in total,
into the room.
8 foot diameter.
Can everybody make a perception check? Who's looking down that corridor then?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking down that damn corridor.
Sure.
19.
Give me 11.
23.
Oh, Harbinger. Double
Did you
zero.
Did you roll 2
Double
ones?
zero.
Oh, is it? Possible?
Kidding me?
Oh, good.
Possible. So Harbinger
So good.
rolls a double 1, giving her a perception of 0-0.
An advantage.
You got something to
Good
give you
lord.
advantage, and you still can't see.
There's something wrong with
You tell me.
No, something right.
Oh, it got him!
That's it.
It got him!
It buzzed the tower. Yeah, it's unbelievable. You tell me there's no such thing as fate, Harriet.
Yeah, apparently there is, and he hates my sight ability.
So, Corim and Dramos see at the far side of the chamber, sheltered underneath some of the mushroom caps, is a 6-foot long worm.
Oh dear.
It's not a huge purple worm. It is a purple coloured worm type creature, but about the size of a man. And it's on the floor, sort of,
That's a nest.
just moving itself along, planting its claws along its body into the ground, and then flexing its body to try and move itself further along the floor.
Where's Mum and Dad?
Can everybody see that? It looks like a. Does it look like a miniature version of the purple worm we fought?
Yes.
Yeah. I think.
Good job, Nazak's not here.
I think that is maybe a baby worm.
Does it have any legs, feet?
Not really.
Well, that I don't
claws.
think that is what turned thing into stone. He said that it had like legs and feet. That was the last thing he saw.
We fought the adult version of that, and Gartok and Harbinger was swallowed. So
Oh. Wait, this is Well,
This
I've
is-
seen Gartok swallowed too.
Laurie, stay there. No.
Everyone's seen Gardark swallowed
running
except for Reinhold.
Yes.
Oh. Maybe you'll get lucky this time.
Let's see if we can draw it out. Right, I'm going to. Oh, for God's sake, I'm not going to do that. Right, I'm going to move to there. I'll take out my crossbow and I'll fire a bolt.
He's doing
Gorim,
that.
do you
Might
think
fucking
he's
get
going
him
to
back.
make some noise? Are you sure this is wise? He might call the parents.
Are you saying this just as the bolt's flying over to it?
I was hoping it would say it before it come up. You haven't fired the bolt yet on my screen.
Oh right, no, I haven't physically pressed the button yet. I did state what my intention was there.
So he's
that's
getting.
right.
So he hasn't pushed the button yet. So he's got his crossbow out and he's putting the bolt into it.
Oh,
Fuck.
you
It's
stopped
gone.
it now.
It's gone.
It's come up on my screen now. It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Loose.
You should know Corin well enough.
Yeah.
The bolt slams
Right,
into the worm. The front half of the worm lifts up and slaps down the ground. Spittle and saliva drops from the mouth. It comes up again and the head moves around.
Nothing comes out when you do that.
Yeah. Whatever
Just
noise
do
you're
that.
doing, it's just pure silence.
I
In
think you know
here,
the gate
it
is
sounds
opening.
amazing. I guarantee you.
This
See,
one says no.
Corin, if you would let me cast silence.
Too late.
Too late.
Reload another bolt. Let's see if he'll come out towards us.
I'm going to shift over to here.
Can I have a look around this area here? I'm looking for Helvetian bodies.
I am going to be specifically looking down this corridor thing at the south, going west, just in case something comes up that way.
Okay,
Fire another bolt.
go for it.
It's not a day out with the murder squad if we're not killing
A
babies. You know?
second bolt slams into it. Okay, for 17 damage.
Can we we actually hear any noise?
Yeah, this worm thing is, as soon as you can't hear me doing it, is making a gargling, hissing sound. Saliva and spittle is flying out onto the floor as it's. I don't know if you got that. It, with 2 bolts in it, moves slowly along the floor towards you. Its head periodically coming up off the ground. Before it slaps down hard on the ground again.
How quickly is it moving towards us?
Very slowly.
Very slow. I'll load another bolt.
Okay.
Save your bolts, Corin. And I'll send a firebolt towards it. 24 to hit, 17 fire damage.
Okay. Again, slams into the thing. Flame goes out. The head comes up again. What part of the worm is on fire, and it screams out a gargling, desperate hiss, which, despite what it is, makes you almost feel sorry for it. Can everybody roll initiative, please?
Yeah. Mama's coming. Good.
Oh, God, I nailed it then.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
17.
can't see what's coming, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, Harbinger.
It's classic for me. I always roll well as a cleric and bad as Harbinger. Especially when I'm blocking up the passage.
It's nearly the right place. You can do healing. You can fight. I would rather be at the top of the list so I can do my magic and run.
Did the worm get a 0?
No, I haven't rolled for him yet.
Oh, right. I was going to say, did worse than Harbinger. That's impossible.
Okay. He got.
I'm missing.
Of course you are.
So is
Remember
Enzo.
to, remember to click that token. And how much do you want to bet it's going to be the passage to the left where Enzo is?
Oh yeah, where the bad stuff actually is.
How much do you want to bet?
Coming down that way, I'm heading back up. Running.
Yeah.
What did I get? Okay. So, flame streaks across and slams into the worm. It's up into the air, screaming out. Its sound echoing. Then there's a as Reinhold, Dramos, and Enzo are splattered with stone from the back.
Oh,
Oh no.
I don't seem to be on the turn order as well.
Oh, fun.
Oh, okay, I'm out.
Yeah,
Burst
there's
into-
the boy.
A showering array of stones. Pepper, Enzo, Dramos, and Reinhold will each take 5 points of damage from this mass burst that's next to them all.
69 health points. Nice. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Okay.
Jamie, oh, there I am. I'll pop that. There we go.
Okay, and I'll just reorganize you now.
Can I take a response to that? Because it hurt me.
The stones hurt you rather than it hurting you.
Okay. That's fine. Go, hellish rebuke on a stone. Crack the
You can take a hellish rebuke on the cave if you like. Don't worry, don't worry, Dramos. It's about to take its surprise round, so you can respond to that.
if I'm still alive,
Not swallowed.
if I take damage and I can
Just-
see it,
Quickly.
it will definitely be within 60 foot of me if I'm swallowed.
Yeah.
Burn it from the inside, bitch.
Burn him.
It just requires a brief change of.
Music.
Tune.
Yes, it is not the relaxing, creepy music.
I can just imagine the smile on Laurie's face now. It's like, we're killing this baby. Oh, there she is. You know?
It's like fishing.
This is no fight.
Okay. Right, so it bursts out and it's going to take some attacks. Okay, so it gets 2 attacks. It's going to make an attack on Reinhold with its mouth. An attack on Enzo with its stinger.
That's bad.
Erupts fully out the
the
wall. Stones scatter everywhere, and its mouth comes to slam down on Reinhold. Let's see how he does.
Oh, fuck.
31 to hit Reinhold.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
That is 23 points of piercing damage. And make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dex save 18.
Right. Reinhold disappears into the worm's mouth.
Okay, I'm
And
going
it comes up again, and you just see the glint of Reinhold's legs disappear into the mouth as it comes back up into the air. That was it.
This is a fetish.
You missed that saving throw by 1.
Oh, if only you'd been a few foot closer to Harriet.
If I
Gobble gobble.
if I rage now, can I act on a surprise round as well? My feature.
Yeah.
You
Even though I'm top of the initiative, does that mean I go twice technically?
Yeah.
yeah, it does.
Because that's what the whole feature's for, isn't it? It's for
It
the-
is.
So I will. I'm not incapacitated. I'm surprised, so I will rage. Which lets me act normally.
Mhm.
I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to attack it.
Okay, go for it.
So he's going to say grab Reinhold's legs as he goes in.
I think he's gone. He's just.
Yeah, I've been
I've been there.
swallowed.
I've been there. It's,
I was like, there's flashbacks. No!
I know what it's like in there. No.
It's full of acid and muscle.
So as it's coming down on Reinhold, you run over and slam your mace into it.
22 to hit
That is
for
a hit.
18 damage. And my second strike.
Yep.
It's just a 13, so I think that misses.
13 is a miss. You slam into the side of it, it's almost impossible to miss, but don't make any noticeable difference to it.
And then, if that's the end of the surprise round, I go again.
Well, he hasn't
Some
finished
problem.
his surprise round. I've only done my bite attack. So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, stab.
now I've got to fuck Enzo up first.
I'm gonna ruin his day.
Didn't even buy me dinner first.
24 to hit Enzo.
That might hit.
I rolled a double 1 on my damage.
Good.
You're lucky.
So that is 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? This is the important bit because this is the poison.
Yeah.
I'm going to use lucky.
Do the traditional lucky. Yep.
Oh.
+1.
Fucking lucky. Yeah.
I take it as a fail.
It is a fail, yeah.
It's a
Oh wait,
7.
hang. Oh wait, no. I wasn't. Well, sorry. I just have to add a 2 to it. I was rolling the modifier, not the check, but it doesn't make any difference.
Is it a 19?
No, it's not a 19.
Okay. It's 12d6 poison damage.
12d6, is
Yeah.
that all?
There's 3 ones I've rolled so far.
That's very good.
That's what you want to
Rest
do.
of the six. Yeah.
And the rest are 6s.
Yeah.
So that is.
Oh boy, here I go murdering again.
It is 32 points of poison damage.
Hey,
That's low.
I'm still up.
It's a stinger. It jabs right into your chest, and you feel hot pulse go through you. It's not Reinhold this time. It's hot pulse shoot into your body. All of your muscles tense at once as you try and hold off this poison. The stinger comes out of you, leaving a green spray across the floor. It is Gartok's go.
I'm just going to keep swinging. 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 16 damage. And then
Oh, yes.
crit for 11, 14. So that 23. Yeah, so crit for 23 damage.
Nice.
And that'll be me done. I'm just going to start wailing on this thing.
Okay, you slam into it twice more, then it is Corim's go.
Shoot the baby.
You appear to have this, gentleman. This looks dangerous. Excellent.
Understanding the danger that Reinhold is probably in. He'll move up to that point there.
Dawn.
Cast Toll the Dead.
Wisdom?
Yes. Wisdom 15.
11.
You can take 18 points of damage.
Right. As he's taking these blows from Gartok and Corim, it's flailing around wildly, swinging its head around. You can just about catch like the briefest glimpse of one of Reinhold's legs as the sole of his boot disappears. As it flails from one side to the other. No. Anything else, Corim?
No, that'll do.
Dramos.
Um, 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna move around the worm. I can get to there.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach out.
That's still technically in his space.
Oh,
Yes,
There you go. That's it.
okay. I'll reach out and touch Enzo on the shoulder and go,
Die.
"Do you trust me?"
I think you're
At
muted.
this point, sure, why not?
Be careful, he's going to give you a little cock.
Put your hands over your ears. I will cast Thunderstep,
Yes.
Ooh.
and we will shoot 90 foot in a direction I can see, which is why I was hoping I could be there. Never mind. Oh, he's got a horrible spray thing as well, doesn't he? Can we see back up this corridor? Down at the bottom. This one.
The bottom the slope up.
Yeah.
I'm going to say because of the incline, no.
Okay. It's gonna have to be 90 foot in this direction then.
Okay.
So I will take us as far as I can, which is up to these squares. Enzo will appear in a square within 5 foot of me, so I put Enzo. That'll do.
Yep.
The creature needs to make a Con 16 save.
Con 16. All right. Natural 1. So
Takes
12.
Jeez.
Oh.
it takes 14 thunder damage, but the downside is there's a massive crack of thunder which is heard and probably bellows around the caves. It's audible up to 300 foot away.
Yeah.
If you're outside, that's the downside of thunder step.
The sound causes all of your ears to ring as it reverberates around the chamber. Stones fly down from the ceiling, loosened by this effect. And you can hear it, not in its initial one, but it repeated further and further into the distance.
Knock, knock, motherfuckers, we're here!
Are you done, Dramos?
Yes. That's all I can do.
All right. Enzo.
Hopefully it's enough.
I'm going to ring. It's like ringing of the ears. And good Dramos. Oh, right. And hang on. Okay, I'm in 60 feet. I'm going to do vicious mockery on this thing. And I'm going to hold my wound as it's dripping bit of poison and go, oh, you call that a squirt? I squirt more than that in the morning. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
That is a 13.
That's a fail. He will take 6 points of psychic damage and have disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. The head comes back round, opening its maw wide towards you. There's no sign of Reinhold now. It has no eyes, but you can tell somehow by the way its spittle dribbles. It's hurt by your words.
Uh-oh. I'm going to head back next to Ramos. And I believe that is me done.
All right. It is the beginning of the worm's turn, and as a result, Reinhold has to take acid damage from the stomach.
Yeah!
That is... so happy for it. 23 points of acid damage.
23! Ow!
It's not a nice place to be.
It's like that meme. You know that meme on the internet with the guy that's got the noose around his neck and he looks.
Yeah,
and it's
first
like
time.
the first time.
It's just such a shame you were just outside of Harbinger's aura as well.
Right? It's just like...
Okay,
Good.
so
It's all good.
for his regular turn then, he is going to move... Right, so he moves forward. He's going to take his regular... So he swings his whole tail round, taking out one of the columns behind him.
Oh.
And with another reverberating boom to match that of Dramos's effect, the sloped corridor above you disappears in a cloud of dust. stone drops down and buries that walkway. The worm moves forward and will attempt to bite Gartok. He rolls an 8, so that is 22 to hit Gartok.
I would say is it a disadvantage because of vicious mockery, but I think it matters.
I'll give it a go.
Go on.
24 to hit you.
Okay. Yes, it hurts.
Bloody hell.
So 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I assume it's an effect I can see because he's biting me.
Oh, you can see this.
Sorry, right?
This is like, oh, not again.
17 plus. What's your bonus now? How much? 5?
5, yeah.
22.
Okay, so the mouth slams down hard on you. You feel the tongue wrap, touch your body and start to lift you up. You force your arms out to the side and backwards and just slip just outside its maw as the teeth slam together and pull up.
Not again.
You're covered in a thick layer of its saliva as it pulls up again. So that is him done. It is Laurie's go. Laurie runs at this thing. One second. Okay. So Laurie runs at it. Do you wrestle? And he will. He'll take an unarmed strike at it. 12 to hit is a miss. 14 to hit is a miss. So he lands 2 blows in it, but they don't seem to have any impact on it, not getting through the flesh.
Drop a key point and do a flurry of blows.
He's going to take an action surge to take an extra action, so he can take a full action, so that's 2 more attacks. That's 21 to hit it. So fist, that is 12 points of damage from the fist. And he will take another punch on it. That is 29 to hit for 13 points of damage from a fist. And he'll drop a key point and take a flurry of blows. So that's 2 more unarmed strikes. That is a 21 and a natural 20, so 30 to hit. Double 1 on that one, so that is 8 points. And on the nat 20...
Come on, spit me up. Spit me back up.
No.
I think if he gets over a certain amount, he gets spat up.
22 points of damage on the last fist.
Somehow managed to find a squishy spot.
So he has landed 6 blows on his first attack. Just going mental on this thing. It's like Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. That is Laurie's go. So Drader runs in. What weapon did Drader have, Reinhold?
The mace. Just bog standard mace. It's 1d6 if I remember rightly.
All right. That is a 14, which is a miss. Take a second attack. That is a 16, which is also a miss. So he swings it twice. The mace impacting, but not getting through to it. We are now on Reinhold's go. Okay, just to clarify. So you are currently blinded and restrained, but you have total cover against effects outside the worm.
Okay. Yay! I'm going to attempt to heal myself a little bit first, because I don't fancy getting munched. So I'm going to dump a 4th level Cure Wounds into myself. I only get a 16. That's rough. That's rough.
Oh man, there were 2 ones in there.
Yeah, obviously distracted massively. Dual weapon attacker, I'm going to fight with my bonus action with the Divine Fist. I'm going to activate the button because I'm angry. I'm going to use a luck point. 22. So, that's...
You're making an attack, are you?
Yeah.
All right. Did you take it at disadvantage?
I now am.
Because you're blinded.
So I suppose that's the first lot of attacks, so it would have been a 14, which then I would have used the luck.
Yep.
So 20 and 16. So I suppose it would be the 16.
16 was you told to hit?
I suppose.
Luck,
yeah.
you say.
Yeah.
So with luck on disadvantage, you get to roll that 3rd dice, and then you still get to choose which one you want.
Oh,
so
is that?
There's a disadvantage into double advantage sort of thing.
So that's
It's
the
a
20.
Really weird,
I'm happy with that.
Weird way of doing it.
So it's 20 to hit, 8 bludgeoning, 3 divine strikes. That's 11 total. Plus, since I activated the button, he gets an extra 10 radiant damage.
Excellent. How much damage total?
So what's that? It's 21.
Okay, that's great, but not quite enough.
Yeah, didn't think so.
From outside the worm, you can see a brief swelling in the centre section of it. Is that you done, Reinhold?
I'd love to move backwards, but I don't think I can.
You need to do 30 points of damage to the inside of the worm on a single turn in order to get regurgitated.
Oh, right. Oh, I would have 5th level bloody guiding bolt.
Harbingers go.
Harbinger will turn to Drader and say, get back and watch out for that other worm. I'm going to move to there. I'm still in melee range there, aren't I? I'm on the corner.
You are. You are, yes.
I'm going to draw Tyrox Reaper.
Is he a plant? He looks like a vine.
I wish I had it last time, and I will try and smash him up. First hit, 26.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to put a 1st level smite into it. So that's 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will take my 2nd attack. $29 on the 2nd attack.
Yep.
Also 19 points of damage
Okay.
without the smite.
Tyrox Reaper, the blows rip along the flesh. Where those red gems are, they hook into the flesh and pull chunks out of it, making big gouges along the cuts. Not clean and smooth cuts by any stretch of the imagination. It's like slapping it with a bread knife.
Right. That's me done.
Okay, top of the round, it's Gartok. This is round 2.
Actually,
What I do best?
I
Yeah.
changed my mind. Sorry. I will then move past Laurie and get to there.
All
If
right.
that's possible.
Okay.
That's me done.
I'll just keep doing what I do best. Just keep wailing on the thing. 16, that's a miss. I
That is a
believe.
miss. Just a poof on the flesh. That one's a hit.
23.
Yeah.
13 damage.
Okay. So the flesh splits partially where you slam into it with a mace.
That's it. I'm comfortable there.
All right, Corim, your go. There are splits and slashes all over its body.
Point my finger. Hold it dead. Again.
All right. That is a 15.
15. If it's dead on 15?
Dead on
that's
15.
Safe, I think. So, no damage.
Okay, nil point.
And that'll be me done.
Okay, Dramos.
I'm gonna go 5, 10, and cast Mind Sliver at the thing. Can it make a intelligence saving throw, please?
All right.
Eesh.
Intelligence is not its specialist subject.
Yeah,
Minus 3.
Okay, it takes 17 psychic damage, and on its next saving throw, it needs to subtract 1d4 from it.
Okay.
It's like Bane.
And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and have a look up that corridor.
All right. So you can see that corridor leads up it splits off in 2 more directions. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to do.
Okie dokie. So it's Enzo.
I'm gonna hobble.
Uh,
5, 10. 15. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna go there, and I'm probably gonna do just another vicious mockery.
Okay.
And I'm going to shout at it, "You are the second biggest worm that I have ever seen." Wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. That is a natural 1.
Okay. It will take. Oh, give me a break. 2 points of psychic damage and disadvantage on its next attack. And I can. And he. So Reinhold is blind, but he can still hear, right?
Technically, yeah.
I will give him a bardic inspiration then.
Okay.
You get a D8.
Yay! Thank you.
Yep,
Okay, cool.
all done.
Okay, it is the worm's go.
Give it to me, Doc. How bad is it?
Oh, yeah, of course. I almost forgot I did some damage to you, didn't I? Yeah.
Yep.
Acid.
Thinking about that potion of acid resistance in my backpack I should have taken.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Not as bad as last time. 16 points of acid damage.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
All right. The worm is going to make a bite attack on Harbinger. That is 24 to hit Harbinger.
Disadvantage.
Ooh, yes. Natural 1, it's a miss.
wow.
Loves it.
So he comes down, the mouth unerringly going to slam over Harbinger's body and dent all of her armour. But for some reason he just just a fraction short of her body. The worst damage he takes is slaver on her shiny armor.
See, if he was the first biggest worm he'd ever seen, he would have done that.
And it slightly stains the patina in it.
It's
It's off-coloured now.
It swings its tail round, slamming into one of those columns, and a huge chunk of stone drops down. Its tail whoosh, round, going narrowly over Gartok's head, and the spike of its stinger slams into Drader. Drader.
Oh, come on, man.
I rolled a d4 to see who was getting the attacks. Drader is going to...
Isn't it minus 1d4 off an attack?
unfortunately,
Okay.
Minus 1d4 was on the next saving throw, so where Jamie rolled a 1, it would have actually been 0 or less. I didn't even bother mentioning it when James said, "That's a 1." I was like, okay. No point saying it's 0 or less.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong dice anyway. So you take 3d8 plus...
Oh well.
It's one of those things, isn't it? That's the way it works. 14, 26 points of damage. And he gets to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
He's in Harbinger's aura.
Yeah, +5.
Yeah.
+5, that gives him a 14.
Fluffs it.
I think he's going to be a smear on the ground now.
I'll
He's just
roll
gonna
this
be
on
a
the screen because
big
it's just too many
blob
dice.
Of green.
Gonna like dissolve from the inside
Holy
out, isn't it?
moly.
It's just gonna go.
Okay.
Damn,
So
son.
spike into Drader and fully lifts him up off the ground like Alien Queen tail at the end of Aliens with Bishop. And the stinger comes out with a spray of green. His face is blackened as he drops back onto the floor. That's me done. It is...
I mean, is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
It's Laurie's go. So Laurie will take a unarmed strike. That is an 18. Exactly what you need to hit him, Laurie. That is enough. So Laurie slams hard into the same place where Harbinger previously cut it, digging his fist deep into the wound. He punches again with his second fist and grabs hold of the skin on both sides and rips. You see all of his muscles flexing, and he tears a huge gouge along the side of it as its flesh just pops all the way along the length. The head of the creature swings around and he dead on the floor. Laurie gets the killing blow there. It had just 6 hit points left after that mockery. So it swings, extending its full length, and goes limp on the ground. Laurie, after he's pulled it open, rips it, pulls back and slams 2 more punches into the top of it. We're still strictly speaking in initiative because of the situation. Drader will make a death saving throw. That's a natural 1.
Oh, 2 fails.
It's Reinhold's go. Now, you can just move 20 feet at a crawl and you will be out of its body.
Yeah, I'll use my movement to get out.
All right. So you just sort of pull yourself and eventually see a glimmer of light, and like a freshly born baby, you just drop in the fetal position out of its mouth onto the ground.
Ew! Ace Ventura style. You know. Do I realise what's happened to Drader?
Yes, you do.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Trying to get him ready to be a sergeant. I'll cast just a healing word, level 1, get him on his feet. 6 healing.
No response.
Oh.
He.
Uh,
Yeah.
Someone help Drader. Healing's not working on him.
Okay. Harbinger.
I will go to Drader and assess the situation
Make a medicine check.
because I am proficient in medicine, and that's also a lie. That's a 3.
Seems to be some sort of wound. You check the body. You can't feel any. He's got the wound in his chest looks awful. He's not breathing.
Can I drop a couple of points of lay on hands into him as my act?
Okay, you can.
So I'll heal him a couple of points.
That's going to be less restoration. Probably.
Oh! He's all black, right? From poison.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to make a decision whether to.
Black,
Oh.
right?
Oh! Oh!
What colour is he?
I only like purple people. I'm going to.
Worm lives matter.
I will put 5 points into him instead.
Okay.
Which will neutralize any poisons or diseases, but it won't heal him.
All right.
Because that's my action.
He does not respond to that.
Alright. I will say, this is beyond my expertise.
Top of the round is Gartok.
Fix it with your mace, Gartok. Heal him.
Is the little baby worm still coming?
Oh, yes.
Fuck it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. I'll just swing at the little baby. Well, no. The regular size, he was like 6 foot, wasn't it?
Size of a man.
Yeah, the man-sized worm. I'll go kill that instead. Not baby. 13? Is that a miss?
That is a hit. That's going to hit him, yeah.
21 damage.
All right, his body splits open on both sides. Where Corim had landed a couple of bolts into him, you slam on top of him, and that wound just splits open, disgorging the bolts onto the floor, and gunk sprays up either side of the corridor.
I'll use my movement to go back. So that was 25, 30, 35. I'll just stand there.
Okay.
That's me done.
We are out of initiative, folks. Out of initiative.
Gartok takes 2 psychic damage, realising what's happened. Had to be done, had to be done, had to be done.
It's a 6
I'll
foot
move
worm.
over to the man on the floor, and I'll give him a quick inspection.
Right. He's dead. He's dead. In your expertise, you can tell straight away. The stinger alone killed him. The poison was just salt on the wound. And then he, a few moments later, his wounds saw his life end.
Well, I'm afraid that Gar has took it. Nothing more to be done for him here. So say a few words and wish him well in his new journey. Did anybody know him at all?
I was trying to train him. Are we still in initiative?
No.
No.
Okay. I'm going to run over and attempt to cast Revivify.
Okay.
There's still time, Corin. What are you on about?
I'm doing my best, but I do not have a diamond.
I have 2.
Good.
Oh no.
I would prefer to use it on those that I.
All men have worth.
Well, I mean, he did kill someone. Oh.
We have all killed.
Yeah, well, I think he did it over a card game.
Yeah, I'll cast Revivify.
You lay your hand on him. The diamond disintegrates, turning to dust, and the dust shreds over his body. The wound on his chest closed and his eyes open. His eyes are completely black as he opens them. He blinks his eyes again and they appear normal, albeit his pupils dilated. He blinks again and they appear normal. I thought he had me.
He did. How did it feel to die?
I could not have, for I am still here.
I'll look around. Did Darius not just bring this man back through a diamond?
He did.
Of course he did.
Do you know what that means, Drader? Darius finds you worthy of life. He has brought you back for a cause. Maybe you should think about that.
You wasted your money.
Why? What possible horror could you have done?
What possible horror will I do?
We've all done bad things. But now's the time. It's the footsteps we move forward, not the path we leave behind. Everyone else doesn't believe you around you. You look at yourself as a criminal, therefore you are one. How about you look at yourself as a man and stand with us, anew, under Darius's light?
I owe you one, Reinhold. But it was you who healed me, not Darius.
I have no powers. This is Darius's will, same as Harbinger, same as everyone else here. We have different patrons, different things we believe in, but this is for you to decide. There's a lot that's just happened now. You need time to think. So
My debt is with you. Praise Darius!
well, stay close, look at what we do, and learn. Okay, and I'll hold my hand out to try and pick him up.
He takes your hand and stands up. Moves close to the worm. Picks up the mace. Dust is heavy in the air where the stones have fallen around you. 2 of the pillars had fallen. The light from your stones and effects that you're using to illuminate the room is cast in beams now. The dust in the air making it like shafts of light rather than a universal, all-encompassing aura.
Ouch! Who else is injured?
Well, I don't want to interrupt this wonderful moment of someone returning back to life, but I have a gaping hole in my chest, which would very much like to be healed.
Let me have a look at that.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on 1 second.
Can I be looking up the other corridor where I am?
Yes.
Where all that's happening? Yes, thank you.
I'll reach forward and I'll try and touch Enzo. Add, oh god, add 4 onto that. That was terrible.
Thank you.
We can sit and pray and reflect, and I can do a bit of healing that way. Might take 10 minutes. I don't know if we want to find a spot that's maybe a little bit less rocky. But I suppose it's all. I could do a good chunk of healing for everyone.
It may help. May help many of the others. I shall keep watch.
Okay, everyone, take a moment and let's have a prayer and thanks to Darius for returning Drader to us and honouring him. Does Laurie look hurt? I know he'd never admit it.
No, Laurie looks fine.
He's all right. All right. And if you'll allow us 10 minutes, everyone gets 19 who wish to stay in the circle,
Yes, please.
including Drader.
Feeling better.
Brings me up to just over half. Ow! Fucking ow! Worms are no joke. Right.
The passageway we came from, did it collapse or did something slam down into it?
It collapsed.
It collapsed.
Pillar.
Fantastic.
And we, does it look like a case of we could move the rock?
You could potentially try.
It may be worth us seeing if there is another way out of here.
I have stone shape, but it depends on how far that's collapsed.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It could be 5 feet or 10 feet or the whole tunnel.
With enough time, though, if we had the time, you could stone shape a tunnel out. Just, depending on the depth, we would have to spend a considerable amount of time on it.
It's casting times 1 action, ranges touch. Doesn't say how long it lasts for.
That stone shape, it lasts forever. Unless it's stone shaped back. The issue, it will only affect something that is less than 5.
Yeah, that's all it affects, doesn't it? You can't just mine through, can you?
No. It has to be less than 5 foot.
Okay.
Well, we'll have to find another way out.
Looks that way.
Oh, good. Fucking Quarry.
Did the worm come out of this section?
It did, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's also been filled in by the stone collapsing. Well, that I'm down there.
Yes, it has, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Can I see what's down this?
Where's Drama? Oh, bloody hell.
Where'd you go?
I don't know. Where is Dramos?
Variety.
Dramos is wandering again.
Ramos is doing
Doing
Ramos
it.
things.
Exactly as I anticipated.
I am scouting because I can see far. I just get seen a lot.
The worst scout.
I'm gonna dump another cure wounds into myself. Just for funsies. That's a bit better.
Can I check for the dwarf? Well, any sort of tracks down here as well.
Yes, you can. So
I'm assuming it's a
survival
survival check. 13.
All right. So you back down on the ground and you start looking for tracks. Can you make a perception check?
Let's hope I can. 13. Pretty consistent with them 13s.
All right. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Uh-oh.
Here we go!
That's not a 13, it's a 10.
Okay. So we'll come back to that in a minute.
Okay.
It's not ominous, is it?
What does the rest of the group want to do?
Well, I've been keeping an eye out whilst Reinhold spent 10 minutes casting a spell on them.
All right.
So once that's cast, I would, depending if I notice if Dramos has gone, I would have been trying to find Helvetian bodies. That's my kind of where my mind is, making sure everyone's okay. So my brain would be saying, "Oh, let's check in this creche."
The creche. Okay. All right. So you look into the area. These massive mushrooms, some 6 foot high, some 7 foot high, some just down by the ground. All different colours and shapes. There's a sweet, sickly smell in here. There are stalks which have been cut off completely as well, so just the base of a mushroom.
Is there any corpses, humanoid? Or evidence of people?
Not that you can see. Not obviously, no.
Okay. I'll pick up a handful of some of the weird-looking mushrooms and stick them in a bag. Might be useful for later.
The man said that he was in a place that was past the mushrooms, which were bigger than him, in a room with a turntable for carts. And then further than that. So I think it's possibly through the mushroom room, unless it's up ahead north. This the wooden bit underneath the cart track is just reinforcement. That's not a turny bit, is it?
Where are you looking at?
The bit north of Enzo. That strip is just.
It's just
normal
reinforcement
track.
on it. Yeah, it's all wood. It's the same sort of thing as lower down. It's rotted and rusted.
So.
Follow the tracks, maybe.
Yeah. Where's Dramos?
He's following the tracks.
Oh, he's done a. He's run off.
Drama.
He's done a Dramos. Well, if I haven't heard a fireball yet, so I suppose we should probably move.
Go north.
Yeah, we'll head down the tracks.
Yep, that's
Okay.
Oh,
There's nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to head off. I work in the morning, so just assume that Enzo is sticking close to, I don't know, Harbinger or something.
Well, we are about to end as the party move up the corridor and find
Oh, that's good. There we go. Good timing.
a lifelike statue of Dramos.
oh.
Really?
He's got
Oh.
fucking turned into a statue.
Ah, tit.
I could use that in my building. Yes, that'd be
Just at the end of the track, there is Dramos. He's the statue is crouched, like almost, and just looking up from the ground, but stone, even down to the one good horn.
No.
I'll nudge
I think
Laurie.
we'll glass half full there. One good horn.
Do I hit it?
No,
It
do
is.
not. That is Dramos. Remember what I said about looking at stuff that you shouldn't be looking at? You know, in the eyes.
Hmm.
Right.
And
Oh,
that
fuck.
Wow.
is where we're ending tonight with one stone
Fucking
Dramos.
hell.
He's
One stone
high as fuck. Oh no.
Tad worrying.
Tad?
Just a nitty bit.
That's it. That's I mean, that is it. You could do greater restoration once.
I'm restricted by the amount of
Yeah,
diamond.
it's diamond dust.
Oh shit.
And obviously, I've already used the one lot I had off Cassius,
Hmm.
and that leaves me with the one lot.
Can we not smash up a diamond and make it into dust? Or is it not?
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to do that. You need the right gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I have plenty of diamonds and stuff like that, but just the diamond dust just gets used up. But, is it wards that use diamond dust as well?
I can't remember.